Hello, Fortnite and PlayStation fans. I'm Kelly Link, joined by Shio Wager, and this is the PlayStation Clix Cup Finals. That's right, everyone. PlayStation is bringing back another incredible tournament, and we have now the biggest name in Fortnite. Or see, maybe I shouldn't say that, Shio. The biggest. Well, actually, maybe I should say it. I think it might be hard to argue that Clix is the biggest name in Fortnite right now. So we have an amazing Clix Cup coming your way, and I mean, we got some incredible stuff to give away, Shio. But first, before we start talking about the format, what we're going to be giving away, and what we're going to be winning, I want to ask, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to be back. PlayStation Cups, they always go good, and this one's, I think, grand with Clix in the mix as well. I'm excited to see what's changed in Fortnite, as always, from season to season, and I'm excited. How are you doing, Kelly? I need to ask you, because like you've been popping off. The major finals just happened beforehand. Like, what's been going down?
Woo! Major finals was interesting. A lot of moving parts, a lot of moving pieces. I always love to say that the only thing predictable about Fortnite is the unpredictability about it. And I mean, our majors are like that as well, but we did just wrap up the major finals, plus this second chance tournament. So we have like 75 duos from around the world going to the Major 1 Summit, but that's a different event. We are here for the PlayStation Clix Cup, everyone. So let's quickly break down the format for you guys in case you are just joining us for the first time. PlayStation puts on a lot of amazing events. So if you guys watch and saying, hey, I want to be a part of this event, well, make sure you guys are following PlayStation online, on social media, because this is not going to be the last tournament that we see. But we did already have some qualifiers, Shio. This is going to be Battle Royale, and we're going to have some competition going on.
Yeah, I think builds are active in this one as well. So you're going to be seeing the utmost skill from every single player when it comes to things breaking down. I think you got a chance to look at the player list earlier, Kelly, and it seems like it's the same names since the last time you saw a PlayStation Cup in the mix too. So you have some pros, maybe one or two coming in from the FNCS, but competition in this one too, because I feel like the winner's the only one that matters right now. Gets pretty fierce, right? The elimination points don't really rack up to par either. Everyone's just playing to survive till the very end, and that really changes things up inside this format.
That is true. On top of the top 200 players that we have competing for NAC that are going to be walking away with the Clix bundle, which is like the Clix in-game cosmetic, Sparks in-game cosmetic, you get the pickaxe, back bling, emoticon, a bunch of stuff. For every victory royale our players get, they're going to be walking away with $750. So not just the bundle that is up for grabs right now, but also some cash prizing too. But for me, if a player earns just a minimum of 8 points, and this is the qualifiers as well, they're going to be getting the Dreaming in-game banner. So even just playing, getting a few eliminations, Shio, you're going to be walking away with something.
Yeah, you got something to make that upper echelon of, overall placements just in general, which is kind of nice to have that extra layer on top of everything. I feel like having exclusive cosmetics too is something that players love to die for as well in some of these competitions. So the fact that PlayStation has that dashing out to all these players is absolutely amazing. And I feel like right now, just getting your name like kind of in the history books of what has been like a cup now. Okay, hold up as I go through a complete hurricane. Are we good? We're good. My house is not flying off in a tornado. What I was gonna say is, it's amazing just to watch these players like now, like cup after cup after cup, have their names slotted down as like goated players, or just have a legacy inside the PlayStation Cups back to back.
Yeah, well, let's go through some of those names that we see time and time again in the PlayStation Cup. And the first name that I'm going to be talking about, and what a surprise, is Jargyu. He got first seed coming out of our qualifiers, and a big part of that is due to his 29 elimination victory royale. That was the first game, so his eliminations did drop off just a little bit, but of course cap ending it with a victory royale as well. But you say big names, I, for a second, was like, this isn't the real Day. And I look into the list, and sure enough, Day is, I don't know if he's competing right now or if he just competed in the qualifier, but how exciting to watch Day himself, one of the biggest veterans in Fortnite, competing in the PlayStation Cup here today. So very excited to watch that. Who else? We got Vidits, I've seen compete a lot. We got Nemo up in here, Clixy as well, Plaz, a lot of the big names that we always see during these PlayStation Cups going to be competing in just a few minutes, everyone.
Yeah, we got 6 games total as well. So for all these players, if you end up messing up a little bit, you have some time to try again for a win, or try again, just play overall, get that dreaming banner, get your, experience in for just having a fun time playing inside this cup. I think big moments were a big thing last time, not just the prizes from what we saw inside these PlayStation tournaments in general. When it comes to match things, there were crazy things happening with like heel game stuff, being posted on Twitter, like amazing moments and clutches being posted on socials as well. So it's not just about that overall prize in the end, it's about the vibes you have playing in a cup like this. 6 games total. It's going to be a really fun time. Some of the best stories are made in the final 2 games as well. So everyone's got a chance to have a good time here, Kelly, starting off in game 1.
Oh, and you talk about stories, and I was kind of interested seeing how this is going to be the PlayStation Clix Cup. Well, we might get some stories of Clix in here as well. I was doing a little bit of research beforehand, but who needs to talk about research when we have the battle bus ready to go? It is game number 1 for the PlayStation Clix Cup, and loading in right now to the nice gas station here to just, refill, get themselves started for a nice competition.
Let's jump right in. I was just looking at a few new POIs. It's always fun to jump through and see what's changed since the last time I tuned in with some Fortnite. It's a fun time.
No, it's very interesting coming into this as, for me, Shia, when I think of Fortnite, I think of you. But obviously, it's been a minute since you've been on the FNCS, so it's always very refreshing to come in here as the person that gets to kind of explain things. You think as an analyst, I'd be much more confident in my explanation for the game. But as soon as that Major 1 Grand Finals wraps up,
memory dump mode. I know what you're talking about. You need that rest. You need that reset. I've been there. I know. It's the cycle. And yeah, this time, was he wise? Which one is it? What do you think this? What should we solidify the name as over here?
Wasay.
Oh, I don't see the accent like goo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not sure. I can lock in with that one. For valid goat though, I mean, I need to see the certification in this fight at least. Okay, and not certified. You're gonna have to apply again. Cooldown of 1 game.
I was worried that, man, you're going to be showing up on Clix's, with Clix's skin, you're going to get eliminated, but it was by someone also wearing Clix's outfit, so it's okay. Now taking a quick look at Alive, who is currently still alive right now, over in Dark Dominion, smack dab in the center of the map, and if I'm not mistaken, that's actually where Cold and Rapid landed during the Grand Finals, and great POI right there, good rotation opportunities, and obviously lots of loot to pick up, although Alive does have a few other players landed around him that it looks like they're just kind of splitting the POI. It's big enough, especially for a solos competition.
Yeah, I saw Plasmify in the feed as well, or I think around these guys. Glows is here too, so some classic names for PlayStation Cups overall that end up finding some wins or high point endings a lot of the times. Dark Dominion, yeah, also the same. I recognize it. New Sanctuary? I mean, first of all, I'm liking the amount of click skins we're seeing. These guys know ball. We're locking it in. Second of all, explain this POI to me. What's cool about the bottom right side of the map now?
Oh, well, New Sanctuary. Okay, so the whole map is kind of changed into the southwest region of North America, which, oh my God, that's where I live. So I live in a place called the Valley, in Burbank specifically, and this is kind of like Burbank a little bit. But what is this? This is the southeastern corner.
This cage basement is like perfect.
Yeah, no, I mean, we got Bob right here. I feel like legally, maybe there's like an agreement that they have with production that you're not allowed to show anyone unless they're using the click skin right now. So, yeah.
I see. I like that one though. It's not bad. Again, it is build as well. I think when we're watching these cups, like a lot of the times the ebbs and flows, I kind of like at least watching people farm a little bit. In those no build ones, sometimes it is all about positioning. Over here, when it's builds, you'll see people going, they'll just get their mats up a lot. You get to see more of the POIs as well. It's still about positioning, but like you get to have a little bit more ebb with your flow as you move around. Map, or should I say the zone, is slightly southern as well in this one, so matching the theme of the season, it looks like overall. But I'm liking what I'm seeing from all these players. Just 10 gone down so far, 12 if you actually do proper math, but it's a good time. Uneven 12.
Time. No,
8?
What? No,
I need to. It is 12 now. We're fine. I can't even count. A good start to game 1.
Yeah, no, it's a good start. We're just kind of hanging out right now, relaxing, chilling, vibing. Bob Jr., making sure that he's got all those mats and taking a quick peek because maybe see some footsteps up in the air and oh, look at that, blocking himself off. Oh, one of the best plays that we saw from the second chance was a player who was downed, got an elimination onto another player with the door that you can see right there. There's a big red button. It's just to the side of us, but if you hit that button, it'll slam down and eliminate a player. How fun is that? There we go. There's the door.
Interesting. So, like, we've got, what is it, wipeout level mechanics now? Like some...
Yeah.
I love it. I love to see it. Zone's moving, so we've got to move too. I saw beforehand too when we were watching these PlayStation Cups, it's all about staying inside the storm for a long time, at least in solos, getting all the extra loot that you can, the extra farm. Is that still a thing that people are doing nowadays? Is it lots of first zone stalling, or are people more proactive on the map now?
No, still lots of people staying in Storm as long as they can, making sure that they're farming up. They'll be tossing their heals into zone and just kind of like waiting for it. There is some issues that come with Storm sickness because of that, especially with like a lot of our players that will spend, gosh, 10 minutes, if not longer, like a game in Storm. But if it's usually like players that are pretty confident playing in Storm, so if they do make it to end game, they're probably more aware that they have Storm sickness, so it's not going to be too much of an issue. But we have had heal offs come down to where it looks like it's going to be a player that's like, oh, easily they got 2 medkits, they're going to win, but Storm sickness takes them out. So
I see.
Still, and then with the changes to Surge has like caused some like changes and issues as well.
No, I hear that. Heard on that one. We'll still tune in with Bob, seeing some more people go down all across the map. In terms of watching so far, Kelly, do you have a favorite POI this season that has kind of been a fun time for
Oh, well,
for the
Wonky
viewers home
Land.
for you? Wonky
Definitely.
Land, top left.
Yeah, well, yeah, man. First of all, the storyline, the drama. Yeah, maybe it didn't, culminate into this big moment. But this is the Clix Cup. We got to talk about Wonky Land. And, I mean, first of all, it was also Carmen Land back when this was taken over by South Park, which I absolutely loved. So
Yeah.
I might be a little biased about that.
Well, what's the difference in Wonky Land now? Is it like is it Willy Wonka type stuff, or what's going on?
No, I think it's just like a Disneyland spoof.
It's just Wonka. I see. Okay. Get it active, wavy in a fight as well right now. Lots of people going down as the storm moves a little bit, but not really too many crazy things going down just yet. You were talking about like rift anomalies possibly being a thing. We might be seeing them in this one. But mobility is like shocks mostly still.
Yeah, so I keep calling them shockwave grenades. They're not called shockwave grenades right now, and I'm sure Zeke, who corrected me 1,000 times, would be screaming if he was watching this. But what they do, they actually don't break builds anymore, and they do give you a little bit of like a boost. So people will actually just throw them on themselves. Yeah. Okay, so that was in the game the last time we did the PlayStation. So yeah, that's still typical mobility. There is still some zip lines. You won't see a lot of players use them. Typically, it's earlier on just because it's such a target. Sometimes there's been some fun plays with the zip lines in game, especially if it's just like a chaotic end game where they're just like fighting in storm. But rarely do I ever see it, and I rarely see gauntlets in in game either.
Now we'll see gauntlets can lock in later on. Some of the pizza pit stuff as well has been going down, which is really, really fun. Not too many crazy things for the moment. We'll see what else we can do in a second. Yeah, so when it comes to first zone as well, people are going to be moving around. Saw Latte landing earlier on. Things might have changed, might have not changed there. But, there's so many possibilities of what can go down. It's all good when it's earlier on in the game. The craziness happens a little bit later. Hope you guys are having fun watching at home.
Speaking of the craziest right now, Fi taking a quick second to breathe. Oh, and then getting chopped out. Oh no, it's an NPC. Get it, please. Okay, good. Whew. Fi, please, not with the click skin on. Nice to get that chug jug right there. Gonna take a moment. Looks like no one was too bothered by the action going on right now. It doesn't look like anyone's kind of peek over to him. In fact, it looks like everyone's taking a little bit of a passive stance. But as I say that, Mike right now does take a quick hit from Was, but able to build right back up and just take a quick moment to peek on the edge of zone right now. So a good spot to be in. Not too certain how he is doing with Storm Surge. However, just kind of chilling right now.
Yeah, all blue type loadout. It's fishing a little bit. Things looking nice. Still winning on things that clasp down, really. Not too many people falling so far into this one. We'll see what ends up happening next. When you were playing, Kelly, or when you do play, are you like a shotgun person or you're an SMG person? What do you like rocking when you're on the field of Fortnite?
Oh, well, with the Chaos Reloader that is like idiot proof, I definitely am more of a shotgun fan now. No, I've always been an SMG player, and there's times where, I'd like to, try and get some long-range attacks, but I can't. I'm terrible. I'm old. I have bad vision. So yeah, the spray and pray is definitely the way that I like to play. But the new Chaos Reloader gun has been, it's nice. It is so frustrating when you try and go for a headshot and you just whiff and hit them in the body and you do, 70 damage. So being able to do a little bit more damage with a shotgun is beneficial for me.
I like that. I was more of an OG hunting rifle individual, but
Ooh.
I'm speaking like Unc when I mentioned that when I mentioned that thing. So we'll put it behind us for now as we see Cryox going for a box push as fast as he can for the moment. The builds are looking so nice. Look at the action, man. That's crazy. Speed's so lightning fast from Cryox.
4 eliminations already, full builds, and with that elimination as well, he's going to be topped off even more. This is the position that Cryo wants to, or Cairo. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah. No, you're totally right. Cyro is going to have a easy rotation right here. Obviously, there is a few players around him, and I love this rotation. It's almost like he's playing zero build right now, just because everyone's kind of paying attention to their own side of the map and not have to worry about these rotations is definitely going to make it easier. Having 6 of these grenades is going to be very nice towards the end game, but going to be using 1 right now. Pulse grenade, chat. Tell me, what are these called? They changed the name of it.
To me, it's a shock. I'm gonna keep calling it a shock. If anybody has a problem with it, email link in bio. Hit me up. But shocks are shocks. That's how it goes.
That's true. It is shocking. It looks,
Shock boost grenade, maybe? Instead of shock wave. That could be the way.
Maybe.
Freak up in the business too. Eating a bit of storm just to get a better dead side rotate, I feel like, or just to get that extra heal towards the end. Maybe juke out the person up top trying to bully him down. Alivist saw him from like the edge of the map, finally rocked down. This zone's about to get a little bit freaky too. I mean, half in, half out, snow, desert, mountains, and just bare bone wasteland. It's going to be tough for people depending on which way this one goes. Either you use a lot of mats surviving a lot of shots, or use a lot of mats trying to get up hills and cliffs. It'll be a tough time. Jargu, though, you talked about him being that guy. Double pizza pitted up and has some really good loot as well to shoot people down with.
Double pizza. He has this great position on this natural height with the launch pad as well. So if he needs to rotate, which it does look like it is going to be a far west rotate, he's going to be able to get, and he doesn't even use the launch pad. Instead, he's going to be going on the ground. That might actually be the smarter play to make, because going on the launch pad is going to be a big target up in the air, but it looks like he's kind of on the dead side, so I don't think he would have been that big of a target. However, Jargu doesn't seem too worried about making this rotate into zone 5, so just going to be taking down the ground, maybe get a few shots onto Wisei here. Doesn't look like anything is going to hit, though. A few players just to the north of him might cause some issues, but it looks like this is going to be a trouble-free rotate into zone.
Yeah, every map matters here as well. He understands that there's extra brick around him to be able to farm up right after the fact, so he's going to be fine getting in with those brick walls. Droney, not going to be inside zone yet, but an even more dead side of it is the north. He's going to walk in from the snow. I say that, though, and I see so many players here almost just inside the zone. I mean, everybody's finally moving in. Not really a single person even going down on this rotation. I'm very surprised, but I guess there's so much natural cover in getting in here. Everybody's got some room to call something home.
Oof, but as we say that, Drawny right now taking a few shots. But looks like he's going to be disengaging right there. I would not be doing that if I were him, though, and especially full box dot, 140 damage below Surge. There is a few players that need to go down before Storm Surge deactivates. Taking a few shots onto Bob, we were watching earlier right now, but just wasting those metal mats is going to be a concern for Bob in the end game right now. But a bigger concern, obviously, is full box. He's going to be taking some storm damage in just a few seconds if he does not get a little bit more damage. And as he says that a player out in the open, he does get one shot, but it is not enough, Shayo.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. Got to make sure that you're boxed up on all sides. You try to get as many shots as you can. When you have the opportunity, Pookie up top in a better spot. Joni needs just a little bit more. One more bullet should do it, but nobody giving him the opportunity here. Going to be tearing through all these heals, has nothing left now, has to answer back. I would just take the beam trade there, but 88 below now. You have to get close and personal. The damage drop off is going to be too much to be able to have a long range beam fight. Almost dead now inside that box. Is going to be tough. His full box tries to move in. He also has nothing in the tank left, Kelly. This is going to be a really unfortunate situation if he doesn't find a single lick of damage.
Oh, and he does just in time, 37 above right now, but with no heals to his name and with a bunch of players aware of where he is. Full boxed bot is definitely going to have a little bit of a struggle right now. And look at that zone poll. Everyone is going towards him. There is going to be a lot of concern. I would close that. Yeah, he's saying, I am getting out of dodge. I do not want to stay at the edge of zone. Everyone is going to be landing over there. And look at this. He finds a little building, an opportunity to get some more mats. Unfortunately, the opportunity for Draco is going to be over. But now taking another look at the full boxed bot, who is going to have an opportunity here to just have this easy rotate. What a great dead side rotate. But he might be the player that's going to be eliminated soon with 150 damage below. And being in dead side Shio means that there's not going to be another opportunity to get some shots unless he goes back out into the open.
That Chug Jug gonna be fully used. He has this like little bit of a heal vending machine to be able to get a lot of shields up. He gets a huge amount of them just to be able to get his HP back and tank a bit of that surge if it does start to come down. Kuso, we saw get that nice little one punt down. Has a chance to survey the land after the fact. He will actually pull the zone. Doesn't have to use too many mats. Should be ahead of damage as well. Full box bot. Got a bit of 100 extra. Has 2 big shields to be able to use here as well, but needs to find damage soon.
Whew. Well, instead of damage, he's found a ton of mobility, but unfortunately, mobility's not going to be doing too much for him as he is boxed up and he cannot escape. It looks like he's going to be taking some lightning damage as well. That shield is only going to do so much as the lightning rains down from above. He's going to have to get a shot onto anyone near him if he wants to stay alive. Just a few more seconds left. Another player that is below storm damage, Bob Jr. He's going to go from above, but unfortunately, so is the lightning, and full box bot finally does go down with 52 players left. You have to wonder just how many points, if any, he was able to earn there. But Hearts now taking a moment to rotate a few shots from behind, but looks like they're going to be able to box up and be safe.
For now, could be a trap though, or just being forced to stop exactly where you are. You can see how treacherous the zone is. Shocks, yeah, will get you across horizontally, but you got to move up these mountains as well. Going over to the fortress now in just a second. I haven't really seen people play way inside the zone before, all the way towards the end game. Ali gonna be looking to maybe just elevate a little bit as there's more people above him. So many people on this layer just have to rise up and up and up, but a lot of them also don't have any damage. They have to balance movement with shooting at the same time. Don't want to over-invest in either though, as you need to have both bars filled out. It'll be tough for Ale here for a second. Almost looking at the right opportunities, but not really finding much. The door just does not open to any of these homes. Making his way all the way up, but yeah, gets absolutely shut down. Flow State Denson is there with the pickup.
Oh, Clixy Laser, also below storm damage right now, but if anyone has the appropriate name, it is going to be you, Clixy, to come out on top. And a great positioning right now, especially with the zone rotating all the way to the western side, and he has this natural height right now. He's going to have an opportunity to get some tags onto all these players rotating, but look at that. Now he is above the storm damage and quickly ticking up right now. Going to throw down some pizza. I'm wondering if that was the right play to make as all these other players start to rotate on towards him. But Josh here, taking a quick moment, a quick breather to just see where everyone else is going to be rotating.
Gauntlets in tow. Nick, one of the last people to be able to move, but Josh just does not want to take any fights, does not want to reveal his position for now. Has one of these nades to use as well, I believe, for rotation. There we go. All the way forward, saving so many materials. Less full metal right now. Josh is really playing for that end game.
Whew, Zone 8 right now, and this is where we typically see some players grab an early high ground, not necessarily controlling high ground, but taking a quick peek up above was Seth. 4 eliminations down below, though. They are not too concerned about taking high ground if they're able to get this many eliminations on the low. But having it be Frigid Fortress going up north a little bit more, it's going to get a little dangerous there. There's definitely some mountain ranges that I know a lot of these players are going to want to avoid if that zone does pull in that way. But was Seth, a little bit of heals, a little bit of mobility, and going to be using that mobility now to rotate on the edge side of low. Wavy with 2 eliminations and running out of mats quickly on the mid ground. For me, the mid ground is the most exciting, but it has to be the most nerve-wracking as a player.
Yeah, especially right now when it's going to be so volatile. Sometimes mid ground just becomes mega height if one of these cliffs just ends up falling down towards the ground close. So much inside the pocket to be able to use gauntlets all the way up to the sky. Going to be trying to go over straight for high ground. Not sure if there's anybody above him, but he's going to play it safe. Sammy, not as many mats to be able to use, so maybe just play a little bit more economy-wise. No, really bolstering out these boxes. Still looking up, maybe for a chance to fight vertically, but there's still so many people above him. It's going to be tough. Monkey on his left inside that wooden box. Vedit still alive in this one, too. Historic name inside these PlayStation Cups. Again, this mid-ground layer seems to be a base high in the sky now. You have a very big drop off below you where there's still action. It's like two different worlds happening at the same time. 10 people all the way up here. Bez went for absolute height. Almost has found it. Yeah, he owns it now, but how long can it last? 500 mats inside the tank.
I mean, for it being zone 10, having no one on the high ground right now, that was a great play from Veditz. Just peeking above, you can see he was looking for maybe a chop or just a good angle on the teammate above, and then realized, wait, there's no one on high ground. This is an opportunity for me to take it, but he hears the sounds from up above and immediately drops down into the mid ground, because as soon as someone takes height, well, that's when everyone tries to steal it away. Monkey on 120 is our monkey on high ground right now, but it looks like they are also going to be dropping down below. Fluid taking a page out of Veditz's book, just taking a quick peek to see if anyone is on high ground right now. Monkey not on high ground either. Low heals and no mats means that they're going to be just playing the waiting game, hoping to get a good refresh, a good opportunity to take some mats away from someone else.
I like that bait attempt on Seth. Not going to find it. Needed some type of magic to happen now. Chunky Champ up in the business. 200 mats in total. Can survive for about, what, 15 more seconds? And that's to really talk about and look at what to do next. Really has to be using other people's materials as well. Nice block off towards that bottom right. Ford Pyramid. Shot with a shotgun as well, but he's running out of fuel now. Has to find a chance for just a little bit more gas somewhere. Gonna be pressuring off with that pistol as well. A Bosch on the right. Seth's still alive in the mid ground as well. The floor gets lowered though as Chunky Champ gets ostracized on height. Big shot coming in at the very end. 6 mats, 4 down to 5. No more. Chunky Champ. It's all in now. Window of opportunity, and he finds it. Huge refresh for him to keep the game alive.
What a great response, but it's not over just yet, Chunky Champ. You know you're on high ground, so that means everyone from below is going to be jumping up above to try and join you, try and steal that height away. But Chunky Champ did such a good job backing off, but it's now Josh's turn, an opportunity for him to control high ground. But with dwindling materials, dwindling mobility, and no heals, it's only a matter of time before he also faces a struggle down below. Fluid doing pretty well, Chunky Champ getting back up to health as well, but he's now just on the edge of mountain, depending on where that zone is going to be closing right now. He might run out of materials before he's able to descend, but it looks like he's going to be able to drop down below right now. Just 3 other players are alive, all of them above him right now, Shio. This is down to the final moments.
Yep, saving on those floors. Josh, different type of language here on his layer. He has to be able to translate though from this position. Dropping down slowly, no more mats, has to hit the floor hard. Chunky, he's the one that controls the floors. Really dropping other people down, looking for his shot. 111 straight to the floor as well. Drops down, edits, it's huge. Josh ends up finding Seth. Josh is the one touching the snow. Josh is keeping it ice cold for now, blocking Chunky. Finding that shot, but it's all about the win. 1v1 for Josh. Has a lot of mats to be able to work with. 4 more boxes left. Fluid says, I don't want to fight. Let's just say goodnight with the heals at least. Is it enough to keep him alive? Just one more medkit in tow. It's about to end up popping and go. Josh is trying to find a way to stay alive. Maybe get a second heal all the way inside this river, inside this pond. A chance. No, it's Fluid.
No.
The big brain plays, healing up and saving that game with the victory royale.
My goodness, congratulations to Fluid 7X for winning the first game of our PlayStation Clix Cup Finals. Woo! Started off a little chill, a little relaxing, Shio, and then just the tension, the excitement. Whenever we get these mountain zones, it really just gets so chaotic in the end game.
It really does. I feel like for Fluid, he's like, what would Clix do in this situation? Clix would win the 1v1, honestly, and he's like, I'm not Clix, so I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna heal it out, you know. He might not be as goated, but he's just as smart in the sense of just trying to go for that win. A nice $750 of an extra bit of dosh over to his pocket as well. It's very nice for the guy, but I feel like the vibes overall in that game, Kelly, were so much fun to watch in game 1.
Yeah, that was a great start to our games. Usually the chaoticness kind of develops as the games go on. It's a bit more passive, but for that one, as far as the PlayStation Cups go, that was pretty exciting. Game number 1. We do still have 5 more games to go, so that means that we're gonna have 5 more winners. But for you guys, we just want to remind everyone to make sure that you guys are following PlayStation anywhere you can on social media, online, and make sure that you guys are following Fortnite tournaments as well, because PlayStation is one of the best places to join Fortnite events. They're super easy to join, and they do this year long. Shio and I, we've been doing this for years now, and hopefully we got more years to come.
True. I mean, it's so much fun to watch. I love the evolution of Fortnite competition in general. I love the investment that PlayStation's made inside having tournaments in general. It's also not just Fortnite in total, right? If you want to have like an extra chance at playing some more tournaments, you can actually just find it inside the PlayStation app in general as well. You can just press, I believe, the PS button, go for looking at what other tournaments are around, sign up easily for Fortnite tournaments and everything, and have highlights just like this, just like Bob, who, you know, might have not been a game winner in this one, but had some good moments. Full box bot as well, saved his game multiple times. I love watching mountain snow zones, Kelly. Like, I feel like anything could happen.
And it does, yeah. No, it's quite chaotic. A lot of the players that we were watching, though, dealing with storm surge. So I'm wondering if we're going to be seeing any adaptation from the players, maybe some earlier aggression so that they don't have to deal with storm surge later on. But obviously, there's only so much you can do and say. But in reality, what it comes down to is just being able to best coordinate that you can. And so, with one game down and a few more games to go, we're going to be watching some pretty big Fortnite. Josh having a good time. The end for me was the high ground. We saw some pretty crazy high ground takes and steals as well. Josh on the low ground. I thought it was going to be him. I thought he literally had just a few more seconds, but Fluid was the one to win the heal off there. So congratulations once again to him.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I feel like in that entire little mini pond, that house, if there was just a second extra, just a little bit of an extra heal, it might have gone Josh's way. The elims might have evened it out, but again, it's just the VR that really matters in terms of what happens in terms of prizing. But I feel like everybody had a good showing overall. Seth, especially on low, was tearing stuff apart. He finally got stopped by, I believe, Josh, with that fall down edit towards the ground. But that was such a fun match to just try to watch everybody play their own game. People jumping all the way up the heights, challenging Josh the entire time, and then people falling down to low, being smart towards the very end. I think Chunky Champ living as long as he did, it was cinema, Kelly.
Oh yeah, great start to our competition right now. And just taking a quick look at the match results. This is just after game number 1. We are going to have an overall standings as the games do go on as well. But Fluid in our top spot. I love the 0 eliminations. That to me is so funny. But it does go to show that, you know, regardless of how good you are and how much of a fragger you are, that if there is a win condition in a tournament such as this, getting a victory royale, you have to play the win condition. And he knew that. He was able to hold on to his med kits for the very final moment. And he even knew that he was probably not as good as a fighter. So you could tell that he kind of left a little early away from the zone. So Fluid playing really smart, playing how he needed to. And that's what I want to see.
Yeah, I think we've seen this once before inside the PlayStation Cups where you have multiple winners. For Fluid now, the narrative is how many times can you win? Can you go for that elusive hat trick that I think we yet have anybody to find inside at least these solo competitions? I really want to see Fluid get more wins on the board in terms of that sense. I think that's what he's going to be aiming for now. Very smart player, one of the hardest zones to play, and he made that look almost consistent in the way he attacked that one. So very fun stuff from Fluid. We still got a few more games to come, Kelly.
That's right. We are just taking a few moments to make sure that we are ready and all of our players are loaded into the battle bus before we get into game number 2. But hey, you know, let's just start off with some Clix facts because we got a little bit of time. It is the Clix Cup Finals. So did you know that the first org that Clix joined was Misfits? And he was... Yeah, Misfits. He played a duo tournament with Septic, which I didn't know he played with Septic. So before I even joined Fortnite, like 7 years ago, I did like a sports broadcast with Septic. And I was like, oh, look at this kid. Oh, he's so good at Fortnite. How adorable. And to go on now to see, I didn't even know that he played with Clix. That was just so wild to me that like there's, you know, esports is such a small world. But he was one of 18 players to qualify for both the solo and the duo Fortnite World Cup. To think that Clix has been at the top of his game since 2019 and still competing in grand finals 7 years later is pretty wild.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you an even better insight to pre-Misfits Clix. I think we used to play in the same Discord a little bit together when it came to me competing a little bit back in the day, like, you know, pre-World Cup vibes almost. This guy joined up for like I think 2 or 3 days. Would completely own every single like what's it called? I think back in the day I forget what they were called, like the moving zone wars, I think is what it was that we were all playing together. He would win every single map to where like people did not want to play with him inside our server anymore because we thought that either he was like just cheating or like the way he was playing was so annoying, how he would WK everybody and get away with it. Like we wanted to be more cerebral. There were people calling him out like in his playstyle. This is like before he was signed. Now you get to see what he does, like, you know, on a daily basis, the legacy he's kind of left behind. it's so much fun to watch because he literally said that, guys, I will literally outplace you my whole life. Like, I don't know why you're gatekeeping me in a sense. And look, this guy now can gatekeep whoever he wants in the community. I swear to God, he's the big boss. I mean, it's so fun. From all the way back then till now, it's so much fun to watch his glow up. And he's been owning people inside the server since then the same way as he does before. And I think in his very big debut matches, like the aggression that Clix had, the amount of just domination he'd get box to box was like hard to none, bro. Like, you know, unknown army levels of like, what is this guy doing and how is he getting away with it? Same thing for Alivus here. Nice, just a bit, you know, bit of a shield nade there popped in, a little bit of a disengage. Still staying alive, not too many mats, has to be able to win this one out.
Oof, but it is Plasmafy on the other end of that fight, and we have seen him time and time again. So unfortunately for Alive, he is not going to be alive for much longer, as we do get our first, or one of our, actually, no, there's 10 eliminations already. So, Plasmafy right now, taking a quick look around Dark Dominion. I know that there is still another player down below him right now, so taking a quick shot onto this NPC might be alerting of some of the other players around him, but, oh, it's actually Veditz that's down below too. If I do not want to get the attention of anyone, it would be Veditz, but looks like Plasmafy is going to have an easy opportunity right now to just take a quick opportunity to farm up a little bit and to also get that mythic shotgun is going to be great for him later on, but missed.
What is this
moment? He was hoping that X-Tix there would be going towards the mending machine, but unfortunately for him, his plan backfired, and it looked like X-Tix was expecting someone to be over there. Now taking a quick look on to Roma right now, who's in a fight with Pumps, and gets the elimination and the siphon just in time.
Time ran out though because Angles is in there. I mean, there's traps on traps being set right now. It feels like I'm watching a Key and Peele sketch where there's an extra guy coming in with another sniper rifle. It's a Mexican type standoff where there's always an extra layer at the end of the day. Is Drew finally going to get away from it? No more traps this time. He has to face his challenges head on. X-Tix is back, getting some more damage as well. It's tough for him right now.
Whew. Miz going to be taking this opportunity to run away because he knows that there is just very little that he can do with this one build, two builds I should say actually, in his pocket, but taking a quick strat from zero build to hide in a bush, but now shifting focus onto Nemo right now, who's in a fight with another player right there, Moon I believe, and it looks like this is going to be a stalled fight. Ooh, right there, but unfortunately going to take some damage.
Yeah, the brick house here as well. Whoa, that's not your wall though. The one thing that wasn't his, unfortunately for Nemo, he's going to be, you know, someone's going to find him somewhere else. What was it? Like 101 Sydney Lane or something? It's been a while since I've seen the movie, but.
Oh, wow. Wallaby. I think it's Wallaby Lane.
Wallaby Lane, there we go. Yeah, but
oh,
it's in Sydney.
No.
Yeah,
Why do I know that?
How do you know that?
I don't know. Kanji, save us right now. Taking a quick sneaky strat onto Moon, and he looks like he's doubting himself if he actually wants to try and enter this engagement, but slowly encroaching into the territory of Moon right now, and it looks like he is going to disengage.
And Moon knows something's fishy around him as well, so gonna be chilling. Vedit's unfortunately down now as well, so one of those guys in the endgame that was playing pretty well, not gonna be here for this next one. Zone also not going to be the same, so anybody that was playing more central last time might have a bit of an advantage. I'm not sure exactly what super central past that Doom POI where things get crazy. Kanjun's seen somebody in the distance. It's Zayd who's low on HP, and he's actually going to make the trek over to maybe try to find this kill if he wants it, or this elimination if he wants it. I've made that slip up barely in the past, but here we go.
There we go. Opportunity to farm up a little bit right now as he sticks to the edge of zone. Got some decent heals onto Kanji right now, but not enough mats to be making his way to the mid and end game. But a little bit of a mending machine right here. Clover is going to disengage as well. You know, it's just kind of the opportunity right now for everyone to rotate, make their way into zone. It looks like it is going to be a very far southern zone. So going to be avoiding some mountains this time, and maybe, you know, some more valleys. Maybe we'll get a desert zone this time.
Desert zone would be fun. We saw the implications of high ground. I want to see what things look like when everybody's fighting on low. Really having to look at how their mats work like. It'll be a fun time. Clover. Gonna be jumping around. Is this a POV into Wonky Land? I'm liking that little, what is it, Ferris wheel?
Yeah, oh my gosh, the Ferris wheel, the rotates that you can get off the Ferris wheel are ridiculous, and that's part of the reason why everyone said that it was like one of the best POIs in the map. Yeah, Wonky Land's ridiculous. You should play. Let's play. When this tournament's done, we should play together, Shio.
I'm down. I'm down. Let me install. It'll take me 7 days to get the install in, but once it's locked in, I'm totally down. I need to see Wonky Lands.
Yeah, no, Wonky Land's great.
Can you shoot through this?
I didn't think you could, and it looks like Zordal's having some troubles with it as well. Fine, they're taking a moment to get some good angles right here. Oh, a window and a peek and a shot onto Zordal. It's not going to do too much damage, though. Just quickly popping a mini right now, and looks like he's a little worried that other players are going to be dropping in on him, so a little disengaged, but Fi doesn't look like he's done just yet. For a second, I thought, oh, Fi's trying to find. Oof. Just a second sooner, and that would have been a great shot from Fi right there, but Zordal was aware of what he was trying to do right there, and so instead, able to block the shot. But now, quick fight, quick angles. It's not going to do too much, and right now you kind of have to wonder just how many materials, how much ammo are they wasting, and how many opportunities are other players going to have to come in third party. But I'm looking at the arrows on the mini-map, and Shio, I don't see anyone kind of changing focus onto them, so as far as the third party concern is, it's not going to be a big one right now. A shot onto Zordal, but as I say that, was that another player coming in, and it looks like they are actually going to get third party.
Yeah, I was going to say this is more of like an audience perspective. You can watch this fight, you cannot partake, but Muro's found some nice shots. Remember how important Surge was in that last match as well, so you want to make sure you're getting your damage dealt down. Best aim, no mechs, lost a very early game fight earlier on. Similar situation in the zone as well. Getting third partied, going to be a bit in trouble. Has some pizza to be able to use, but I feel like we need a healthier snack in this one. Maybe some bullets to the chest on some enemies. He'll be healed up all the way. Use a lot of resources to get to this spot. Humble Hills, but I feel like right now he's looking a bit too cocky in this fight. Not going to find too much here. Has to maybe back out. Dia is going to be doing a really good job at just putting some pressure down to be able to disengage. Best aim, no mechs is staying though. Wants to get the rest of these slices in before he ends up rolling out. Zertul though, again, sneak tactics. Half mats in general too, so I don't know, Kelly, in this position, would you go for like a refarm, or would you just keep pushing the pressure in these fights?
Oh, I would be farming up right now. Everyone's kind of a little distracted. It's also closer to the dead side of this zone, so he's going to have just a little bit of an opportunity. You can even see Fi off into the distance farming up as well. Maybe that's why he's not farming. He can hear players around him doing that, and he's going to take this opportunity to go for an elimination. It makes you wonder, with 0 elims right now, maybe he's at, oh, but unfortunately, looking up to Monkey behind him gives an opportunity to Fi to go, and now he's pinched in between 2 players right now. Zordal, who thought that he was going to have a sneaky strat, is now put into the worst position you could be in.
This is going to be really tough. Also, he might not want to solve. This is the other perspective right against him. Surprise for him coming through in just a second. I mean, as this metal ramp keeps building over, though, Monkey's chances get lower into how much of a trap this can be worked out into, though. His wall. This might be it, though, to be able to get in. Better edit maybe needed to get to the other side of this ramp. He's going to choose not to rock forward with it. All these players on New Sanctuary will have to move in a little bit as well. This is not going to be a guaranteed spot to stay safe from the zone. Everybody's legs are broken right now. It seems like they're just limping around.
I wouldn't be surprised if all these players also had issues with Storm Surge in the previous game, so it seems like a lot of players are just hoping to get like an easy dink or just something onto a player. Maybe a free elim if players are just called out like Zordal was before. But like you said, Shio, eventually these players are going to have to rotate away. But quick farming from Zordal now is going to possibly top him off here over in New Sanctuary. Plenty of brick. And it looks like as far as materials go, they really only wasted their wood materials. But Zordal's still just kind of hanging out here and chilling, not making too many moves. Moon with 2 eliminations already, building up a quick tower here in the north side of zone. An opportunity to just take a quick peek at the players around them, and it looks like everyone's doing the same thing. Faced up, just waiting to see where that zone is going to be pulling. What do you think? I think it's going to go
Southeast.
Wow, that's what I was going to say.
Yep. Whichever way the zone pulls, it keeps pulling that way. It's just how it goes. Dude, some of the stuff we've discovered about the way the zone moves, some of these builds work, it's crazy. North side always be able to like get your wall locked down. You know, who was it way back in the day? I think it was it Milan? I forget who the player was. Maybe somebody on Atlantic or Atlantis I forget the org. That was one thing. Zone pulls, like the way the zone was previously, as well as the thing that people have known. It's crazy the tech that people hold on to. Used to get an advantage. Calm now too from Mizuru. Everybody, yeah, really waiting to maybe just get free damage in a lot of these points in time. Now, inside the at least Major 1, Kelly, you know, the experience we have in watching competitive Fortnite in this season, when it came to this central zone, what were some of the things that ended up happening? Hold that thought, never mind, Fi's not gonna fall for it. Yeah, in this zone, like, how does it play? What do you have to do in central side?
I mean, if it's a bunch of players that didn't get any damage yet, they're probably like basing up a little bit, just trying to get a few tags. It actually was a concern at the start of Grand Finals that a lot of our players were dealing with storm damage issues. So you know how it always starts off where people are a little bit more passive, but as it goes on, people are kind of learning a bit more of rotation, so they're going to get some free tags. But speaking of free tags right now, Mizu with a free tag onto Fry right there, but is he going to be able to get the cleanup? No, Fry with just a sliver of health is going to get away, but Mizu maybe just looking for an opportunity to get a little bit of damage to hold them up above Storm Surge. So it looks like he is going to be fine just now, but as I say that, he goes right past Fi, and unfortunately for him, it looks like he realized his mistake. A few players, though, now taking shots onto him as he rotates back, and that is going to be a far western polling zone, so a bad situation for Fi right now, who now has no heals and only a little bit of mobility. Mizu, though, still taking a quick look into seeing where anyone is. 300 damage above, though. He is going to have an opportunity to kind of just take this passively, but Fi is not going to have that chance being 130 damage below.
Now, so far watching these players, Mizu just reminds me of Game of Thrones. Really good starts, really good, you know, options in the beginning of these fights. Can't really land the finale though, can't really finish things off. It's gonna be tough for him. Let's see if that ends up changing later on inside this match. Fi gonna be pushing these walls side by side. Monkey inside these boxes as well. It's a three-way fight, but we're gonna dodge it as we see more people jump in. Bob Jr.'s here. We saw the rotations from him looking so good the last time we saw him play. 66 alive as well. Seems to be a lighter bit of a lobby. Fu coming in from the backside. Nice shots from Bob. Really putting pressure down on every single person that's trying to get past through the river, through the fields. This guy does not let anybody pass for free. What with the beams, man? That's insane.
And he needed those beams as well, as he now currently sits above storm damage. Bob Jr., we know in game number 1 was struggling also with storm surge, but taking a quick look onto Elf right now, who also everyone just on this edge, on this precipice of storm damage. You can tell that everyone, especially with the changes to storm surge, are just so much more passive. They don't want to try and take damage, or they don't want to try and give damage because they know that gives them a bigger target to take damage as well. But that zone going all the way onto the northern eastern side is going to be rough, as currently Elf is on that eastern side, so many players are going to be rotating with him. But my question now is he going to go for the late rotate or the early rotate? Monkey right now far back and only with gloves is going to be even harder to rotate into zone, and he's also 200 damage below. No one is in his view, and it looks like that's why he's taking a passive approach. He's waiting for players to move first so that he can get a few shots onto them, just like Vero up there, but it is too late. He can't wait any longer. He needs to start making his rotate over, or he's going to get stuck into zone. Monkey trying to rotate, but also trying to get a few tags onto players. This might be disastrous for him. This might be the end of game number 2. Monkey, you're peeking at something that doesn't exist right there below you.
He's fighting demons. He's fighting demons. He's gonna shoot 10 bullets and land 10 bullets right now. There's 3. Not gonna find a few more. He's gonna get beamed by the rest of the lobby, and that's so tough. We saw how much Monkey was fighting at the beginning of this game, so even some of these players that are up in the business, Z Andy as well, I believe that's a guy who's had some cool accolades inside Fortnite. Yeah, it's gonna be huge to see him play this one too.
Man, oh man, every person that we tune into is just below the damage threshold. Fortunately for Math, though, with those 2 chug jugs in his loadout, he's going to have an opportunity to at least offset the damage as he does take some damage from Storm. However, as I say that, it looks like he's trying to just find an opportunity to get a few tags on the players around him, and although there's so many players, he's just not able to get a good angle, not able to get some vision onto anyone. Jaden now, though, throwing down the shield smoke screen and is going to be healing up a bit, but also I think that's just, but he's still also below damage, so everyone we're watching is below damage.
Guys are taking a vacation in this game, I guess. Only a few people really far above. Jaden got to land these shots. Has the long-range rifles, what I'll call it, to not get the name wrong, I guess. You got to fill in for me unless you know the official term, but lock in. Jody's still on height, and this one too is huge. full box moving forward. Johnny's been in this, like, I guess, complete tower of a castle, just raining bullets down over and over again. Math needs to find a little bit of damage somewhere right beside him. He's gonna just be a bit too focused on the box. Not gonna really find any damage in transition there. Has the chug jug to be able to use though to get all the way back up. 160 below. Tall task for him as Moon finds another as his own moves.
The math, he's only 8 shotgun shells left in his loadout, and you can tell that is the prioritization that he wants for these shots right now, as he is below storm damage. Spraying and praying isn't going to do too much. He just needs a good shot onto a player near him, but with only 55 HP left, he's able to just find one of these shield smokes to steal away just a little bit of shield. That is exactly what he needs right now, as he needs to enter this engagement. Storm is closing on him, and unfortunately for him, that is going to be the run for game number 2. But Sammy, with 1 elimination right now, sticking to the low ground as we get into these later zones. But that is going to be another northwestern polling zone. Sammy is definitely going to have to make some moves if they want to avoid taking any storm damage.
Yeah, this north side pulls in a really stretched match thin on every single person between every single layer. Chunky though, a guy who's doing so well at solving these zones, finding that extra piece of the puzzle, find some extra mats as well to make sure that puzzle is larger. You can keep playing the game for a larger amount of time. Look at the materials as well. 333 looking so free here for Chunky. Can still move, has a chance to make people build in front of him to be able to just maybe solve some more. Can you get that damage down? Can you find a refresh? Can you look for more opportunities? It's Day next to him inside that box, so he's not going to be giving anything away for free. Everybody else moving around him. Full box towards the top, zip lining on the server.
He has no guns. What is he doing? He has no
gun
weapons.
gameplay. Yeah, wait. Holy, what is this?
This is the tech. This is the mobility. He's got the gauntlets. He had the zip line. PlayStation's like, I don't want to show that. Let's go back to the action down below. Chunky Champ with almost 100 builds right now, still looking pretty healthy as we do get towards the end of our game. And I am curious once again if we have any players up on height. We saw in game number 1 that no one wanted to be the first player to try and steal it away, because as soon as one player did, everyone tried to join them up above. So it looks like everyone's just kind of trying to stay in the mid ground. But is a mid ground a mid ground if there's no high ground?
True. I mean, again, for that guy we have on the zip, the VR is the only thing that really matters in terms of what you get here. So no weapons. I don't know how he's going to find that final Elam. Chunky all the way towards the top, going to be able to find that rotation, going to be maybe looking for high ground after the fact when he lands down. Not going to find it. Full state Denson down on low. Can't really see too much. Going to be using some extra mats, but he only has 1 box left. Jargu is his opponent. Jargu inside this box. Door to door, not going to find much. No sale made. Flow State Denson is going to be timed out on this one. Alfonso finds Laszlo. Flow State does get Paragon, so refreshes in. No mats, though. Going to be able to jump all the way around. Final 2 mats. Has to play this trap now.
So smart. As soon as they get the refresh, rotating to the front side of zone, they know that they can probably take a little bit more damage once they have that refresh and they start healing up right now. A great flow state as the name approaches, but taking some damage down below. Instead of freaking out, they just rotate. Peek down below. They know that the player's going to try and find them, and it's Day. And Flow State does a good job hiding and is able to top off their heals as well. But that storm is slowly starting to close. And oh, another play right below them. Unfortunately for Flow State, Day does eventually find him. Now Fluid with 1 elimination. Now 1 Elam more than his game. But 83 Elams. No, what is happening? But remember, this is the player. This is the player that got the victory royale from his medkits, and he had no eliminations as well. So already doing significantly better than winning the first game that he already did. 5 medkits. This is the win condition that we were talking about right now.
Yeah, he's going to be able to survive, I guess. I mean, it's an insane win con. Absolute gamble. Unified top, not going to find much. Caron going to try to find something. Sidewinder pumped all the way towards the very end. Not going to be able to find too much after that. Fluid is just playing from box to box. He has many more to be able to build. Nixie all the way towards the top. Really playing this game classic style, though. Pumped towards the top of the next finish. Out of college is going to be huge for Clixie. A refresh to be able to grab some mats. He's got some metal. Not much else afterwards. Just 100 to his name. Nobody else going to be really flying high. I want to look up top the beam. All the way to beauty. And he gets the final shot down as well. Clixie is going huge. One more fight to be able to take. Pyramid block off. Shockwave all the way towards the sky. It's Josh, who owned high ground before. The beam is insane. From Clixie, though. And he does not miss. Grabs more mats. This guy is gone.
Clixie Elam after Elam. He is showing how to hold high ground, and he's doing it with the Clix outfit as well. You love to see it. Now looking onto Fluid, their player from the game number 1. He should be taking some notes from Clixy right now. That is how it is done. But Fluid says, yeah, you might be getting eliminations up on top, but I know what it takes to win, and that is 5 medkits in my loadout right now, and no one seems to be looking at him. He doesn't even use his medkit yet. Now looking onto Chunky Champ, the player that's been running around the lobby, but with 0 eliminations, you have to wonder just how much that running is doing good for him right now, down to just a sliver of health, and unfortunately misses the shot, but so does the other player. An opportunity, but unfortunately failing short, as Lou is the player that we're now focusing on to 2 eliminations, trying to stay in the mid ground as there's just so many players down below, even just 1 player down below him, and getting Elam after Elam. Lou going down though.
Oh, it's Fluid time. He took a really big pump shot from Alu. Alu's finally down. 3 medkits to use inside the storm. 35 seconds left on this one. That's about what, 300 HP in ticks? So Alfonso has a bit of time to work with. 2 more medkits. He's trying to fish. He's found splashes, and he's got another medkit. Sickness, maybe? That's the only thing. Alfonso needs this guy to catch a disease. It's the only way he can win. Oh my god, time's ticking. 12 seconds. Does he have the medkits to be able to time it out? I think he's found more! He's found more medkits! Fluid's doing it! No sickness! No time for Alfonso! Stick down! Back to back VRs for Fluid. Another $750 in the bank. Another win the same way. This guy did it with no guns! No guns!
You know, there's what, 4 common states of matter: solid, fluid, liquid, gas, and then plasma. Obviously, we got liquid as the premier state of matter to go right now. I don't know. That was absolutely insane. Fluid, you have just absolutely blown my mind. 2 back-to-back heal ops right now. You that is impressive.
Can he go for 3? Can he? Honestly, this guy's doing it with no weapons. I mean, obviously he has a gun to get past like Storm Surge. He's doing something right in the mid game. But going late game, just getting your medkits down, gauntlets only, that's it. That's all you need. What's this game right now?
Yeah, if we could actually, production, watch Fluid's early and mid game next. Obviously not just like watch him the whole time, but I would love to see this plan he has in mind, understanding how he's able to get into the end game. And when is he dropping his weapons? When is he making this choice? How is he holding on to these medkits? How 5 medkits into zone 11? What? How is that possible? How is he able to stay alive in the low and mid game? There was a player with 11 eliminations in there. How did they not find him, Shayo?
No, honestly, I think the biggest thing that I saw so far too is that in the early game for Fluid, he lands on the left side of the map. The mid game is the biggest question. Towards the end, this guy also had his game ruined towards that last moment. Alu, big shot on his body, took about a medkit's worth of health away from him, forced him to start the heal game, 40 seconds earlier than he wanted to. He still wins. He tracks where these medkits are falling inside the storm, finds a town that has like the most heals I've seen in Fortnite history, I guess. Sure, let's have that spawn in, and then just ends up winning the game. I mean, it's nuts. I really want to focus on the mid game for Fluid. How does he actually get into those, 9, 10, 11 zones, and what does he do with his equipment there? The early is kind of solved. It's on the very left side of the map, but that's a crazy back-to-back. Haven't seen it happen in any PlayStation Cup, let alone the Clix Cup Finals before.
Also, shout outs, I forgot their name, but whoever was using the zip lines up into the air, I love it. That makes me so happy. I want to see all the, we talked about at the start of the show, Shai. Oh, we got so much excitement in the last PlayStation Cup. We got a little bit of everything. That just pales in comparison to what we are getting today.
Yeah, honestly, it's like, right now, it's every single form of strategy that's active for the moment. We made fun of the zip strat all the way up in the air, but something similar kind of won that game. No guns, play the placement, get the win. It looks nuts. These early game fights, though, are no joke. They can really catapult your game into success all the way forward. We've seen how important Storm Surge is in this tournament right now. It's getting very competitive between all these players. Again, you leave one wall open, that could be your match gone. The thing is, though, this lobby clearly has a king. It's Fluid, who's doing this strat better than anybody else right now, playing the guns and the Storm Surge game correctly to not lose any HP, never dying down to Storm Sickness either, and then having an amazing game in this one with the heal game towards the very end.
I can't imagine the rest of our lobby allowing Fluid to get away with this again. But how do you stop this? It's not like everyone's wearing the same outfit, so it's not like you can necessarily target him. And then, it's a PlayStation Cup, so maybe people aren't necessarily tied down to their POIs. Maybe there's an opportunity to change up the POIs. But Clixy on the high ground. I love that we're showing this, because as far as game 1 and 2 are concerned, obviously it's not a big sample pool, but Clixy did such a good job holding high ground right here. A lot of opportunities for people to try and steal high, and he handled it really well. Fonzo as well. I mean, you can tell with that mythic shotgun, and then of course the pistol as well, he's going to be doing crazy damage. So 11 elims for him on the low ground. I am very interested to see where so this is just for match 2.
Yeah, this was just for match 2, and if it was like a classic FNCS format, Fonzo, man, would be going crazy with this one. 11 eliminations, second place overall as well. Looks insane, diabolical even. Some more people all the way across the map. We were looking at Clixy, 7 elims playing high ground, top 5. None of that matters when Fluid is the one that's winning, when first place is the thing that's the wave. I'm loving the vibes from the rest of the lobby though. I'm liking that there's a person like Clixy going for height, playing aggro, taking the risk to own the lobby, and then somebody like Afonso who's dropping down low, picking up every free elimination. I mean, you have to be hitting those shots and really getting close to that first place.
Yeah, it definitely seems like he has the right play in mind, but we saw Fluid there leave like the area pretty early. So it's not like necessarily once you get all those eliminations and it's down to 2 or 3 players, you can kind of try and find Fluid, because Fluid's already gone. You're not even going to be able to probably use like any kind of UI to help you find him or anything. He was just so far away from everyone else. I don't think you're going to see any kind of sound to give you an indication of what direction he went into. So it makes you wonder if the only strategy that you can have to beat Fluid is to copy his strategy and to go into endgame with a bunch of heals.
I mean, if you see a guy in a box endgame and he's not really looking at you that menacingly, it's probably Fluid. Edit on him, guys, he does not have a weapon. He cannot fight back. I feel like right now, things in match 3, 4, 5, 6 might get crazier for some of these players desperate to get the win. They're understanding there's some people not really being as aggressive. I think Squibbly Shores all the way towards the left islands, that's where Fluid is landing.
Oh no,
so
well, that's not good.
Is that a bad thing for this one?
Well, it's blue, so that means he's going to have more blue chests dropping his POI, and it looks like Fluid's actually going northeast. Wait, where?
Is this northeast? That's my bad. I saw tropics. I thought I was in the right place. This is northeast, or mega north at least.
Yeah, Mega North right now. Fluid giving a quick look, a quick display, showing us all how he is able to just get so many med kits from the start. And maybe I wonder if he's going to change up his strategy a little bit. Maybe he's a little nervous. People are going to steal his strats.
I mean, steal his strats if you want. I feel like being able to play like Fluid is the hard part. Like the decisions on when to actually get into the storm. You're never finding any damage from like Surge as well. I mean, it's huge. This guy is on top of the game on all sides, and I feel like medkits might not be a priority for him at the very beginning of the game. He might just rack them up a little bit, but he's not going to be prioritizing them by dropping his weapons entirely. You want to make sure you can just keep finding as many possible opportunities to get shots down, get damage down first before this hill game starts.
Fonzo, our Elim leader in the leaderboard right now, also landing north side, but it looks like the zone is going to be pulling central, so I don't think we're going to have Afonso and Fluid face each other early on just yet, but already getting some decent mobility, heals, everything. Not the best loadout so far, and when you look at to where he's landing, it's not too surprising to see that it is a bit sparse. But beach now at the Hydron Collider whatever thing.
Particle accelerator.
Yeah, there we go. Thank you.
We're always locked in the Hydron collisions. We never ask how the particles are doing, though. It's kind of tough, you know. Tough in the particle out here. Beach, I mean, I'll ask you this. We've seen this click skin be used all the time. Are you more of a PJ click skin user or the suit aficionado click skin user? Which one calls more to you?
Definitely the PJs. Anytime I'm on broadcast, especially for grand finals, I like to dress up, you know, wear some of my nicer dresses. But underneath my dress is all PJs because only anyone sees is like the upper half of my body on stream.
True.
So yeah, no, I'm definitely rocking the PJs.
I'm all about business, so it's about the suit.
All right.
You know, I feel like you get more points if you look a little bit more dapper. Yeah, I've never made a joke in my life. I'm very serious all the time.
gone now here on Squibbly right now, but it looks like he's going to be sharing this POI with some other players and just taking a quick look to the players around him. There is Bullseye going to take a few shots far away. Gone. Using this opportunity and a couple of fish to just heal up and does not actually get any shots onto Bullseye. So unfortunately for him, that is definitely going to be bad for Storm Surge. Instead, going back to this quite a barren land, honestly. Barely any ammo. He does have tons of mobility, so hopefully he's going to be able to rotate away from Squibbly and find something a little early, because Gon is not in the best position right now. I'm not entirely certain what he's doing either.
Is this where you choose to stay? I mean, does he know? Is there something? What are we doing?
You know,
is this
I'm
center
guessing,
zone maybe?
Nah, there's got to be something there, and I'm sure everyone's like, Kelly, you should know this. I don't. I'm sorry, Chad.
Yeah,
Flow
you can
state
access that
distance.
thing to Rift or something. I don't even know.
It's got to be something like that.
Ah, if you stay at Squibbly, apparently your grades go up by like 7 points. Okay, true. Maybe that's what it is.
Oh.
Maybe you get better luck for 2026. Who knows?
Oh.
Maybe broadcast will watch you and you want to be on broadcast. Maybe that's what it is. It's
And we did. We watched him.
we did, yeah.
Now
we're watching
watching
Glows?
Glow.
Nice. It's my turn with the brain cell. Kelly, you can have it
I'm sorry.
afterwards.
I'm sorry.
I got nothing else to say. It was just
Okay, I
close.
was about to say, what a waste of our brain cell, Shio.
That's
My
my bad,
goodness.
that's my
Chunky
bad, it's on
Champ,
me.
though, not taking a waste here right now onto Math, one of the players that we were watching, struggling to just get a few shots onto players before, but Chunky Champ is not going to struggle right now. He is showing everyone why he is also currently at the top of our leaderboard, if I am not mistaken. Actually, I don't know where he is on our leaderboard, but I would imagine after this elimination, he is going to be up just a little bit higher right now, making the chase, making sure that Math does not come out of this alive right now. And with everything in his loadout, it looks like this might be Chunky Champ's opportunity to get the first elim for this game. And yes, Chunky Champ now, oh, someone stole it away. No, Chunky Champ.
That's tough. That's not a good one, but at least he's able to get that loot down at the end of the day. He's not going to be able to have nothing to show after this fight. Back over to Glows, the guy who never stops moving. And this is because he lands towards the north, and this zone is pulling way down to the southern portion of the map.
Oh, but speaking of this northeastern edge right here, that is where Fluid is landing. So I am curious to see if Fluid stays in Storm for quite a while, or if he's also making his rotate right now like Glow is. And hey, thank you, production. Fluid now taking a, wow, he is far gone already, currently in the center of zone, or center of map. He was all the way north of Painted Palms, and I know that there is a few static launch pads up there, so it makes me wonder if he was able to just grab one of those and rotate all the way over. But quick rotations from Fluid, and look at that, full mats. He's already got some med kits and some mobility. So it looks like this is definitely the recipe for his success right now, is these early rotates into the center of zone so he doesn't have to worry about rotating later on.
Yeah, I heard that Fluid just spawns in towards the best situations. He eats at the nicest restaurants, hangs out with the coolest people, and only, like, you know, eats up the best of medkits. Or shields to get to.
Yeah, the mending machine is a nice addition. We actually saw it in the FNCS Grand Finals, some of the games coming down to players using the mending machine at the opportunistic point. So Fluid taking a page out of their books right now. Rolanus, though, all the way on that southwestern side with this little bit of a tower. Unfortunately for him, though, there's just not that many other players here to get these surge tags, except for that one player just to the east of him. He's not even looking over there. What he is looking at is a loot crate, so maybe an opportunity for him to go check that out, see what kind of loot is given to him. But it looks like he's a little hesitant because he's aware that Luca is right there.
Listen, all I'm saying is, in my day, if I had mending machines, Booga might have not won the world champions, or Fortnite Worlds. That's all it is. I might have been up there with the goats.
What?
Delusional uncle commentates on Fortnite. C22, Dark Dominion. Looking kind of nice though outside these windows in the basement.
You don't get to change the subject. What do you mean you would have been Booga?
I'm just saying, I might have won the solo World Cup if I had these POIs, vending machines, and items. You know what I'm saying? Like all the way. If I had what was there now, way back then. I'm saying nonsense, Kelly. I'm actually just truly saying nonsense. I'm trying to get a reaction out of you and everybody else watching.
I mean, you're getting a reaction out of me. It's just not the one you want.
How out of pocket can one man be?
You are so out of pocket. Doe, not out of pocket at all right
Dewey.
now. He's currently Dewey. You're right. That is Dewey.
Is it Dewey?
No. Flores taking a few shots from Dewey though. Not gonna look to anything too solidified as far as elimination. In fact, it looks like he's gonna be disengaging, but making his way through Squibbly Shores right now is gonna give an opportunity to just heal up, make sure that he's topped off, and might as well take a few other barrels with him. Oh, and look at this, a nice line of fish for you. But Afonso right now, our elim leader, and I'm going to keep saying that because I'm ready for him to start going crazy, is currently north corner. Got a few players around him. I'm a little curious how he's doing with Storm Surge, but looks like he's not too worried right now.
I want to go back to that guy who was in Squibbly. Clixy actually ended up going down. That's tough. A guy was really controlling up top on height. If I'm Josh and I'm alive in this game, I'm probably smiling because there were not too many people really fighting and feeding too much for high ground in these matches. Past Clixy, I think it was his arch nemesis in the last one, also ended up taking him down, and they fought in the first game too, so height might be a bit more active. Even more central, so we are literally playing at the center point of the map now. Wavy moving in early, understands that there's no one around him, can pounce on an opportunity and maybe get even more central in this one. Gotta be careful of these builds. We know there's no one in here, but he has to make sure that's also the same thing. He's seen a fight go down here before, understands there might be extra lootage up in the business, but doesn't find too much.
K-Moors might find a little something right here with Nemo on the other side. They do have a few splashes, and with 47 only for their shields, I would imagine. I know people like to use it the last opportune moment they can, but unless they have concerns about Storm Surge, I'll be using that right now. But Squibbly Shores looks like it's going to be taken over by the storm in just a few moments, and it is going to be more of a southern zone. So K-Moore is going to have an opportunity to rotate over there. Fluid, who's already made his way to Battlewood Boulevard. Oh my gosh, zone pulls over this. This is absolutely chaotic as well.
Wait a minute. I haven't really seen him fight anybody or go for tags. He's already got rid of his guns entirely. Okay, so he's got one like long range beamer available. He's juggling medkits as well, so he's playing with what, 6 items in total? Got the shields in case I guess the gun doesn't work, and his strat seems to be alive. Yeah, 20 gauntlet charges, 6 shockwaves, almost center zone when zone 4's pulling in. I mean, this is luxury, man. This is exactly how you win games.
And he's at the Battlewood Boulevard. He's got some good real estate. The Golden Theater is right there. My goodness, this is what the future is all about. Fortnite, you know, with the 4 points per elimination, I say take them out. 0 points per elimination. No one fights each other, and it's just who can last the longest.
That's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah,
we'll get games like this though. We'll get awesome things happening. People will have to fight at the end of the day. Wavy's got a lot to fight with. Chug Jug's there in case he takes extra damage. He's got the shield nade as well to be able to top off on that one and have a bit more rotation stuff happening. X6 and Monkey, 2 players that are really good at getting inside that box and doing damage. Gonna be beside him, so good tools to deal with players like that. There are a few people way deep in Stormy. I was about to talk about it. Corona's still here. Gone, who, he sees something we don't inside Squibbly Shores.
I mean, he's fishing, he's chilling. He already saw how much heal ops can do for you. So, yeah, he might be in Storm. He might get a little sick, but he's got some delicious fish in his pocket. So, what else do you need?
Is the entire idea like because what I saw is this thing has like floating things around Rock and Squibbly. I feel like does this thing make like fish appear around you too? Does it scoop things up?
Okay, so it's a rift and allows you to rotate.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I guess that is the strategy for Gone right now. Why he would stay in Storm that long is beyond me, but Glow, someone that we've been taking a peek at with the flow, gonna go for the box-to-box fight right here. Unfortunately for him, doesn't get a shot off, and it looks like his opponent, Montana, is gonna be able to disengage and get away. Glow is taking too long to enter this fight, and more players are gonna be making their way to that southern edge of zone, so he's not gonna have that much opportunity. But being only 70, 82 damage above, I can understand his concern and his aggressiveness right now. Lyso's gonna have to be just a little bit more aggressive if he wants to stay alive. going up against Dewey, who is close to his box right now, but who is going to be the victor on top of this fight? And Dewey does come out on top.
Glass is looking fresh. Fight looking even fresher. I need to see Fluid now and how Surge is looking for him in the situation. He was in Battlewood Boulevard as well, south side, so this rotation should be tough too. From what I saw, he has a bunch of rotational items, but from every time we've tuned in with him, they've actually not been touched. He's been doing natural rotations up till this point. Monkey on 120 has been kind of at the edge of a lot of fights, not really getting the best shots in either from people who've been really boxed up. So as a result, 91 below.
Ooh. Another Elam from Dewey in the field right now, or in the feed. The Monkey trying to take a few shots onto players rotating in, and that is a far northern zone. Wow, actually, Monkey has an opportunity right now if he just goes northeast to get a dead side rotate and then probably get an early rotate into zone and get some eliminations to all the players on the west side. But Monkey is already taking some storm damage. He's probably a little concerned in not having that opportunity to kind of think of these dead side rotates. Instead, he's going to wait it out. And fortunately for him, waiting it out actually worked. 36 damage above now.
Yup, and 60 more damage dropped down. Tree Breaker moving over, but the longer he waits, the harder this rotate will be able to make on the right side. He has to be dancing both with the damage and position at the same time. Right now, leaning a bit too much into damage. Live. Also, same situation. Has to use the shock to be able to catch up, but actually falls down on the bridge. That's tough. I think it's time to swim it out. Nope, somebody on your back at the same time. It's going to be Glows, who actually finds the Elim. That's huge. Montana dropped down with Victus as well. They're going to be looking for the fight. Angles is going to have what is the God position, the good position here as well. Not stressful like Glows, who's back down to 8 HP with the Storm encroaching behind him. He can only move forward. He has no time. And a tick almost taken. No one's shooting him either. What? This is insane.
I mean, he's so far back at the edge of zone that there's probably no one even near him, and everyone's rotating, so no one's looking below. But Glow to get the elimination for the Siphon, and then also taking damage to be down to just 8 HP. But he's above Storm. That's what he needs to worry about right now. There are a few other players around him trying to crawl up this little hill. It's going to be disastrous for him if he can't get there soon. But K just chilling, 20 builds, 80 damage below. No worries. Beach is right there. Good shot. Could be all they need to be above storm damage. But as I said, we are now down to 50 players, and we don't have to worry about storm damage anymore. Just kidding. Zone has pulled, and now we have storm damage. It's going to be active in just 30 seconds, and you have to wonder how far K is from the storm damage threshold.
Gonna be a close one here. This pull is devious. This zone is a disaster for most of the lobby. Yes, looks like there's not too many things in the way, but 2 big mountains and hills to climb over. Okay, already with low mats, as Kelly mentioned, this is going to be a tough one for him. It might just be one shot on the beach if it's possible. Full box bot looks to be in one of the better spots of the map, but again, has to rotate past this big cliff, has to use a bunch of materials he already has saved up. Lots of beams on all sides. 8 HP again. A single mistake can cost you the game, and right now he's in the hot seat.
Whoa, instead of just going for the heal, instead he's going to take a few shots. He was worried about that player, and it does look like that is going to be it for him. Unfortunately for full box, it is going to be Tree Breaker that breaks him down, and Tree Breaker is now 300 above damage. He's not going to have anything to worry about, but Droney right now, currently sitting on the edge of zone, is going to have a ton of players going on to him, and he only has 20 effective HP. That is not where you want to be right now. You want to be small, you want to be quiet, Droney, and you're making too much noise. But as I say that, you can see him crawling, waiting, but he's only 20 damage below Shio. He's gonna have to make some moves if he wants to stay up.
Yeah, this is gonna be a tough one. Has to go for an all-in with like what? Do 7. It's gonna be tough. No help in this hand. Past that, zone will lock in 5 seconds. Rush is here too. Oh, nice deny on the entry there. Huge for Rush. Nice refresh too. Lots of wood to be able to work with. Not too much brick or metal, as everybody here is pretty desperate. Tickle going down to Gone, who somehow is still alive in this one, Kelly. I mean, that in itself is a feat.
Oh no, but look at that zone pull. That is right over a mountainous peak, so you know that there is just going to be absolute chaos as all 38 players are going to have to slowly claw up their way, and that's what happens with Gone, who tried to claw up his way the mountain. Unfortunately, Droney is going to end his run right there, but Gone did a pretty good job, all things considered. Arjun now taking a quick moment on the mid ground, just taking to see if there's an opportunity for him to take take some of these shields, staying on the backside so no one's really paying attention to him. But speaking of paying attention, we have to pay attention to high ground right now. And looking like it's going to be Vatify who's holding high ground right now. Great beams coming on to Angles right now, who's trying to go for high ground. But how high is Angles? It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's a falling player. Interesting. Oh, it's because he has this the zip lines right now. He's going to be staying up in the air and taking a page from the book that we saw from game number 2, just trying to stay in the air. But Vat understands the issue that is going on, and he's going to try and get Angles out of the sky before he can drop onto him on high ground.
Top, my friend. There it is. Angle's finally down. Mats and heels should be falling, and he understands he has to be able to try to maybe catch them. He's going to build up a little bit. How much of an investment do you want to put down to be able to get these materials back? He has nothing left in the tank, so try to get as close as possible. More mats are falling down.
Oh.
Do you make the jump? No. I mean, it's in a storm. You've got nothing now, Bat. He's being indecisive here. Lots of slices to be able to use. He will get some gauntlets here, too. He finds no materials. The materials fall last. It's a pretty big refresh. What's going to be here, too? We have to move and jump. Gold? You don't need gold now, man. Let's move. Gauntlets going to be here. Catch up the zone.
He was waiting to try and grab the gun or the zip line, but it was like falling too slowly, and so he was like waiting for it, and that made him stay in storm for too much longer. Vidits now, who's also just down to low mats, has a lot of health, a lot of shields, so an opportunity here to just play it passively, play towards the end game. Chunky Champ back on high ground once again. However, it looks like there are players that are focusing him right now, but he's going to be launching forward to the front side of zone and retaking high ground, but he knows that there's already targets on his back, so he has to be careful if he wants to hold this.
Yeah, nice health refresh, but it's still going to be able to get a mat 1-2 all the way up in there. Medkit to be able to use towards the end of the game. Needs to be decisive, though. We are spending a bit too much time in this box, my friend. Building all the way down the side there, too. The builds are so nice in motion. Ooh. Huge from Vedits. Chunky Champ now. 5 mats left. Way too high in the sky. Has the gauntlets to be able to break his fall. How long will he last up here, though, is the question. Uppercut. The fall right back down. A low hit on the Cade is not going to find the shot. Chunky. One more word left over with these mats to be able to find some damage. Inside this box, 2 elims following Spectral. The shot has to be perfect. Still not going to find it. Nobody really fighting for height. Again, a lot of our height guys are not in this game. Fluid also got eliminated, so he's not going to be here too. Chunky with that final desperation shot. Going to be denied, and now we're in trouble.
I do love the plays that Chunky's trying to make right now. He can tell that Spectral is a little hesitant to try and take height, so that might be the opportunity for Chunky to get a good elimination and a refresh onto him, being aware that he has the materials to be able to hold high right now. Vidits, though, currently sitting in the mid-ground, going on the edge of zone, just trying to make his way through the moving zone so he doesn't get caught up in storm. Cade, who's on the low front side, trying to take some shots onto players that are distracted by the chaos that's on low, but Cade is currently still stuck in storm, going for the final elimination onto Vidits, but not able to claim it. Cade now in a position of danger as Vidits is on the run.
Cade not watching his back. No build to be able to protect it either. He ends up falling. Ari up in the business as well. Vedits found his way down to the ground. Had a refresh. It's not enough to keep that body hydrated up to date, though. That is a nice drink. There we go. Vedits activated again. 400 mats to be able to work with. Spectral all the way up top. That's not your teammate. That's Josh. He's getting taken down. His solos right now, my friend. Lock in, and he is. 5 elims. Uppercut towards the sky. He pushes him up. Lines him down. That's huge from Spectral.
That was beautiful, and you know what I noticed is that our heal-off player is not alive at the end of game, so this is opportunity for Spectral to show off what it is like in the end game when it is a 1v1 high ground versus low ground. And if I'm not mistaken, it's actually Vedits that's still on the low ground, still alive, and both players with a ton of eliminations right now. 4 for Vedits, but he's down to just a sliver of health. He has a little bit of mobility, but no heals and just 6 builds left. Spectral, though, tons of heals, tons of mobility, and with that pistol and that shotgun in his hand, this is his game to win.
Ooh, nice confirmation from Spectral. Uppercutting his way to height, sending somebody straight up into the sky. No builds to be able to use there, and he lands every single shot. Fluid not going to be active. Bunch of these med kitters are not going to be here either because that zone just kept pulling away. Kelly kept getting further and further for every player. You really had to fight things down. Spectral did, and he ends up winning this one out all the way on match 3.
Big shout outs to Spectral, but also Vedit's playing the low ground. I swear every time we tuned into him, I was like, this is it. He's only got a few seconds left to live. He's going to be going down. But no, time and time again, able to get a refresh, able to just stay alive and run that low ground. So although he wasn't able to get the win, you know that Spectral has to be feeling pretty good with his win on high ground, but Vedit's feeling a little bit more confident as well as he gets that second place.
Yeah, it's looking so good for some of these players getting consistent with it. Yeah, might not be getting something tangible for second, third, top 5, top 10, but the more you spend this pattern of being there, the easier it is to lock that win in some of these later games. We still have 3 more to play. So far, Heal Game's been the best. In this match, it's more about being scrappy and surviving the storm in the zone. I think that, you know, this map is giving us, and PlayStation is giving us a really good showing of the different ways you can win a game of Fortnite.
Yeah, for me, the highlight of that was Spectral, who you could tell he kept peeking up on height, but he didn't want to confirm taking height. And there was a few moments there all the way into zone 11 where there was a moment, but then he didn't want to take it. Once he finally took it, someone tried to steal it. He immediately backs off and waits just a few moments. It's really the patience that I appreciate out of Spectral, because a lot of these players, they want to try and take high ground right away. And then when they do, they refuse to give it up. And that's when it kind of starts to go downhill for them. But big shout outs to Spectral, waiting for the right moment to take height. And taking a quick look at some highlights and some lowlights right now as some of our players do go down. Alivus trying his best to run away, but Glow, of course, taking a quick peek onto him as we watched him just run around and do such a good job. But a lot of highlights from a lot of our big names.
Yeah, this one was so scrappy. I mentioned towards the very end, highlights for this game is the fact that nobody had mats. Maybe that's the low light for the players, but nobody would challenge height at all. We saw in the last 2 matches, Kelly, even though Heal Game was the one that won, everybody had a say on height. In mountainous zones as well, people were scaling so far into the sky. In this one, you just had people, you know, like Spectral in the end, not even building at all, just kind of waiting all the way up towards the, you know, the later portions of this game, watching people suffer in the mid ground, not have enough builds to be able to push up top and make more boxes. It was a bare bones game. It took perfect shots, and you know, Vedit's almost found them all, just nothing left in the tank to get that win in first place.
Yeah, I feel rough for Cade right here, doing a great job, but unfortunately not taking a quick look to his back right. And eventually you are going to get eliminated on that low ground when everyone else is there except for that one player on height. That one player was Spectral in this game, but you can see their loadout. And it wasn't just like they were controlling height. That incredible launch up into the air onto Arjun, and Spectral cleaning things off as well, getting the final elimination onto Vedits. This was just classic Fortnite for me. Spectral played that so well. And I mean, 3 games done, Shio. We still have 3 more to go here, though, for the PlayStation Clix Cup Finals.
Absolutely. We'll be right back in a little bit just after these few ads. There were 3 more games. Tune in right after this.
PlayStation.
No 2 competitors are the same. Some run on routine for the chance to win big. Some make time to rise through the brackets. Some lock in with confidence. However you prepare, there's a place for every kind of competitor. PlayStation Tournaments. Sign up today on PS5.
PlayStation.
Tapping back in. Let's see what we can do inside PlayStation Cup match number 4. We are back, and things are not slowing down for now. Central zone before kind of making not be existent whatsoever. Spectral with a double uppercut. I believe the guy he was fighting as well to get that play down on had what, 555 in mats, ended up losing the game. Clix gifted 100 subs to the community as well. I saw that happen. He definitely gifted 100. It wasn't 10.
Well, what? What did I thought I had a longer break. I'm so sorry. Hi. Oh, what did I miss? Clix is gifting 100 subs?
Yeah, he definitely gifted 100. I saw it with my own eyes. It was not 10. So if anybody tells you otherwise, it's they're incorrect. That's just how it goes.
Good to know. Good to know. Did you know in 2024, Clix was the youngest member of Forbes 30 under 30s?
That's crazy. I like that. I mean, you know, successful man. What can I say? The guy just does it all. He can, you know, win every fight in the game, brand deals outside of the game. Youngest Forbes 30 under 30. You know, it's just go.
Well, not the young, just in 2024.
In 2024, okay. So okay, I'll take that. So I'll take that. It's huge.
Yeah. I mean, he's got his own apparel brand, Dreamin', as we see displayed on the screen right now.
Yeah, for him, it's a reality, though, right? He makes his dreams a reality.
That's right.
So.
Oh, Shia.
Yeah.
That's really good.
It's facts. Keep it moving.
He also, oh my God, like, he also co-owns Xset. You know, like who doesn't love Xset? I actually, my mouse pad is an Xset mouse pad.
I was going to co-own Xset, but then Clix was like, "Man, I really want to do that," and I was like, "You know what? Go for it, bro. I think it'd be better, personally."
That's so nice of you.
Honestly, yeah. You know, you go way back. It makes sense.
I mean, it's really, well, it's also like helping the little people out, you know, Shio.
Yeah, 100%.
You're Shio. Yeah.
Clix needs my help. Yeah, that's how it goes. Match 4, Squibbly Shore. I gotta know what Gon's doing in this one, man. I need to know what he knows. What does Alfonso know? This guy's just being a chess?
Yeah,
Trying to
he's
go for
just
the trap
chilling.
play? Yeah, I respect it.
I mean, just like me, maybe he was taking a break and didn't realize how fast the games were going to go in. I know he already landed. He's there. I'm aware of that chat. But, you know, take a quick break. He's all the way on this northern edge. Who else is going to be landing over here? Over the what is this, Storm Station? Oh, wait. This is where Acorn and Bolts landed. Never mind. This is a great POI.
About the roast greatness. How about this? No battle bus. You spawn in somewhere random on the map. How would that change things?
Oh my God! Did you didn't play at all during the wave thing, did you?
The wave thing.
So
Is that
instead
like...
of a bus, because you know it's California. Ooh.
Oh yeah, you come in from like one of the sides of the map. Is that what it was?
Yeah, it was weird, and I didn't like it. Maybe someone else did. I like that they're trying different things, and you know, ooh, it's California. We got waves, but I didn't like it. Fluid's not gonna like this though. Clixy, one of the namesake players that we have slowly approaching into Fluid, but he's aware. He knows that he's coming in on him. But who is going to come out on top? Well, that's gonna be a question that's gonna be answered. Not yet.
Fluid does not want to take this fight. Doesn't have as much to take it with either. He's kind of playing for this like mid-game storm surge thing going down. He doesn't have like a shotgun to be able to get this close range fight started either. So he's gonna keep running. Not sure how many mats you have built up in the first like what 2 minutes of the game, but they're not gonna be looking at him too much anymore. 46 still to be able to use, but I mean, yeah, Fluid's game getting stopped entirely in this match number 4.
You know what though? Fluid had an opportunity there to get eliminated by one of our top players, Clixy, but did a good job disengaging, or didn't use up too much of their loadout. They only really have mobility and heals, but obviously that is Fluid's strategy to winning the game. And you can see Glow Season now rotating all the way on that northern edge, but I think Fluid is going to have an opportunity here to be a little bit passive, but also maybe getting some of those storms tags that we've been wondering about.
And this
Just
is
a
nice.
little bit.
Yeah, he knows that Glow's gonna have those, you know, chug tags to be able to get his HP back up. So he's not a bad guy. Fluid's a pretty nice guy. He lets you, he damages you when you know you can get that HP back up for free, the shields back up for free. So you know, shout out Fluid. What a cool guy.
No, I like it. If you understand what it is that's gonna like set you apart from the rest of the competition, regardless of what people think about your strategy, you know, if it's stupid, it works. It's not stupid. And so, as far as you know, going for the no gun strat in a shooting game, might sound a little stupid to some players, but he's the one walking away with $1,500 so far.
Crazy that he got it back to back. I'm still reeling over that one. So much fun, so nice to watch. This has been like a bullying session though. Glow's still following him, and again, he doesn't have the tools necessary to make this one work. No shotgun. Glow's getting closer. He could shockwave uppercut his way away if he wants to. Okay, just one uppercut instead. There's a shock. Gauntlet's going to be active here in just a second.
Man, I'm starting to realize why his name is Fluid, because he moves like water. He moves so fluidly. And unfortunately, it's only in the reference of running away that we've really been able to see his fluidity. But it's regardless, it's working out for him.
That dude does not want to fight. Just wants to get these tag shots in after the fact. COVID is here and alive as well. Frigid Fortress inside zone. And I don't see... Yeah, I think the circle was locking in towards the north side. So if we have another... like what, snowy type game, north side game, I mean, isn't it be so tough for people to stay consistent, stay in front of the zone? Closer to max match through 2 for, actually not really, halfway through for Coven. He's got some work to do. Benzi is his newest target.
Ooh, actually, Fluid is very close to Jargu, and now taking a quick look at the mending machine right now. Definitely a main staple for his strategy, but Jargu on the other side, our first seed coming out of the qualifiers right now, definitely does not want to Fluid's not going to have to deal with Jargu, but it looks like Jargu is going to have to deal with him, as Fluid doesn't even look behind him, but he knows that the footsteps are getting closer and he is already running away. Jargu didn't even take a single shot onto Fluid, and he is still making sure that he gets out of dodge.
Force field of luck around Fluid right now, and how many fights he's been avoiding is going crazy. Spectral's POV, not as like paradisal, I guess, if that's even a word. This guy is inside the storm, struggling his way into getting towards the next side of the game. I say struggle just in the fact that I guess he hasn't found any damage yet, but probably a better game than Fluid so far in terms of stress. This guy's not really seeing too many people. He's just doing his thing, having a good time.
I'm already liking the position that Spectral's in. We saw him do a great job holding high ground from the end game there. But Fluid, one of our... for someone who's been so passive, he sure is in a lot of trouble constantly. And now the question as to how he's able to avoid storm damage might be answered that he is one of the best players to run away and avoid damage. And you have to wonder, with the changes to Storm Surge now being a balance of how much damage you do and how much damage you take, I'm wondering if it's less so that he is doing damage to players and more so that he's just been able to avoid it. And so now that he's kind of had a target on his back by Jargu, who finally gets the elimination, you have to wonder if that's kind of the thorn in his side right now.
Now, Flu's going to be frustrated by that one, but again, if you're looking at trying to win this game, the easiest part to just punish Fluid is the beginning of the game, is to look at where he's dropping down. If you know he's dropping beside you, you understand his game plan is more mid-game, end-game centric. It's the easiest way to get down a competitor that will steal wins away from you if you give him the chance. So I like that from Jargu to keep chasing. And, Fluid had a few shields popped in that one too, so Jargu got more than just a body in terms of damage done down, probably 1.5 times worth. It'll be good for Storm Surge. Alfonso, though, not unfamiliar to fights. He's been winning the majority of them. It's just been endgame positions that have been rocking him down. This time, though, gonna have to delve into the pizza box early. Inside his box, though, you were not invited to this pizza party. Gonna be stealing that over. Alfonso uncharacteristically goes down.
That was a jump scare. I am so glad that I did not scream into my microphone, because he just came out of nowhere. What an unfortunate position to be in for Alfonso, but you know he's going to be kicking himself for just not making sure that his box was closed up, because I don't even think that guy broke any of his builds. I think he was just able to find a quick angle to jump into it. Yizer now with one elimination and almost full builds, and look how many shields he has as well. With it being close to the halfway point, you know that he's going to be putting himself into a great position for endgame. Spectral, though, is still currently sitting in wonky land with Droney, both probably waiting for the other to leave to be able to use this wheel to rotate into zone, as it does look like it's going to be pulling more east.
Seen, we called for an eastern zone, but it pulled west that last time. So I haven't seen too much on this super right side of the map. Spectral will not be able to play a heal game in this one. I think I've only seen his screen be purple, so he's going to be fighting people, looking for that high ground, and like what happened last time. Again, 3 more opportunities here for people to get involved in playing inside this PlayStation Cup. Honestly, if you missed out today, if you want to be where Spectral is right now as well, you know, competing for money, playing on PlayStation, you can do that. You can straight up go in to any tournament, not just Fortnite when it comes to PlayStation. They're doing so much over time. Just check it out actually on your PlayStation itself. You can easily sign up for the next Fortnite one, hopefully when there is one, or for any of the games that you end up playing. They're hosting tournaments all year long, so keep an eye out for more exclusive prize pools and everything. In this one, you can see so many click skins. That's because it's one of the things I think the top 200 players got for getting in this in NA Central. And then after that, top 8, you get that nice little Dreamers banner, or the Dreaming banner in game. It's huge. I've been loving so far what PlayStation's been offering, and we've been here for what, half a year now, Kelly, having a good time with them.
Oh my, wait, for PlayStation? I think we've been here for over a year now.
Over a year.
I think so. I think we've been doing this for almost a year now. Maybe I'm wrong, but you're right. It is the top 200 players from the open qualifiers that not only got the Clix skin, but the full Clix bundle as well. That's, you know, in-game pickaxe, we got back blings, wraps, all the cool emotes as well. But for me, looking at Clixy right there, he had full mats. He had 2 legendary weapons. He had great heals. Clixy is looking, this is his game to win right now. But we saw it was a little bit of an eastern pulling zone, now going whiplash back to the western side, and that is not going to be great for our player in Batify right here, who has to make a big rotate over onto the western zone, but looks like he's not having too many issues just yet as far as other players taking a few shots onto him. But I love this that he's doing, just making sure, hopping from tree to tree, then building up a little wood box so that he can refarm some mats. Great play from Bat as far as going into the mid to end game goes right here. But for all of these other players, they're going to have to make their way into zone just a little bit late. This is going to be a little rough getting in here.
And he gets congested towards his mid side as well. Box fights are going to go crazy. Anybody that still has that shotgun left over, the SMG, they should find a bit more value inside this icy zone. Jargu, gonna be one of the last times you can maybe get some of these longer range fights, conversations, eliminations. He's gonna push into Kevin Cito right now and really just push straight past him. Stopped in his tracks, and now he might just focus on that box fight itself, but he can't really. We have to keep moving here. One more pizza box to be able to use too. Nowhere close to zone.
That is rough, and you can tell that he doesn't want to try and make his way into zone until he gets just a little bit more damage, and looking for Glow to be the player that he takes a few shots onto. Unfortunately for him, gonna have to open up his pizza box, which you know that he'd want to hold on to that in the final moments there. But Spectral all the way over into the dead side, rotate this northwestern corner right now, taking a few shots onto the player above him and actually doing a pretty good job, almost eliminating him. But with just 28 HP, he does have to be a little bit careful because he has no white heals in his loadout. Jargu now with 1 pizza down, and it looks like he's gonna have to open up his next pizza box real soon, but he's stuck in Storm, so now is not the time. But as I say that, he actually is gonna be opening it up because everyone else is stuck in Storm. No one can go on the aggressive right now. Instead, everyone is healing while Jargu gets just a few moments to rest and get another opportunity to take down Alu.
We'll go for that fight. All the way on this side, those zones right beside him too. So do we focus on the fight? Do we get in the zone? Nice little skirting across the right side. A few little mats to be able to get here as well. There's some brick closer to the Storm. He's on a really good spot now. Central in on the half and half. Take some pizza bites. Jargu's looking really good.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like being positioning yourself towards the end game, especially this zone that he has right now, that half and half out pulling really in his favor, as he's going to have this opportunity to kind of go north and find a little bit of an empty space for him. But Clixy, who does not need empty space because he has everything and more in his loadout, I would imagine that he wants players to come near him because he's going to be able to get a few good shots onto them. But he doesn't even need to take a few shots because he's 500 above damage right now. I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. This is Clixy's game to win.
All right, remember this Clixy loadout. I have a question coming for Clix's chat in general and for you too, Kelly. I know there's a co-stream going on right now. So that was what? A mega loadout, double pizza pitted up, 500 above surge, mega mats as well. Would you rather be in Clixy's position, okay? Or let's just wait for the next God spot to come in. Let's see what's up. It's not going to be real honest. Nobody would want to be.
Do I want to be real honest? No, I don't want to be real
nobody
honest.
wants to be real honest right now. I
No.
don't even think real honest wants to be real honest right now. Not even Spectral, honestly. 80 above doesn't look as good. Okay. Is there anybody else that's close enough to Clixy for the moment?
I think Jargu was probably the closest that we could see, but even he wasn't in the
He
best
was struggling
position.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's tough. Storm Surge active though, 80 above. This is what I'll say though. Do you think Clixy wins this game? 1 in the chat if you think he wins. 2 if not. Kelly, what are your thoughts? Is this a Clixy win from the weapons that he had?
Definitely ones in chat right now from me. Clixy has everything that he needs to win, but the zone pulling all the way onto that northeastern side. If I'm not mistaken, I think Clixy was actually towards the western edge. So this might be where we start to see him fall a little bit short and have his loadout strained just a little bit. Spectrals, who has had 28 white heals this entire time, or white health, has still not found a refresh, but he doesn't need a refresh. He just needs to stay alive right now and finds just the right corner to be into zone, and now can take just a breather as he is still above storm damage. But Chunky Champ umped on height once again. Does look like he's gonna have to drop down below as he takes a ton of damage rotating into zone right there.
Spectral's finding scratches on many other players, but needs to get the full meal active at one of these points soon. Argue on the right side, not too many mats left, needs to find a refresh of his own. Gonna be walking in way towards the front side of the zone, has a few players in front of him who are weak, but I don't think he knows that. Only we can see that inside the broadcast. So yeah, in this position, it's gonna be hard for him to force a fight. Valid Goat, Tree Breaker, so many people just falling towards the backside of the zone. Tree actually pushing way up in layers. Jargu can sense the desperation, but again, can't do much about it. Was 300 ahead, now 30 below. Wall pyramid made of wood. Can you crack through it is the question. You have to. It's not about asking, it's about getting answers in this one. Antics doing such a good job at just getting away. Jargu now, 170 mats. Desperation. Goes for elimination.
Come on.
It's there.
Oh, just in the nick of time, Jargu is able to get an elimination, but with just being 40 above and stuck in storm, he's gonna have to make some moves right now. He has no heals, but just a little bit of hope left in his pocket as Jargu is able to get that elimination and now has 65 HP. And you know what? With 3 guns in his loadout, that might be enough to just stay alive a little bit longer. But as far as getting the victory royale goes, I don't know how much Jargu can do. Maybe if he gets a great refresh onto this player right here. Wow, that is actually might be the difference maker for Jargu.
Yeah, 515 or 525 right now in mats. Oh! No! Did he go for an uppercut? He might have just wanted to get a lunge in. That is so tough.
Oh
Out
no!
of ice there too. They were watching his box. They did not want Jargu to win.
And it was Day that got the elimination onto Jargu as well. You hate to see it, but Batify right now just trying to stay alive, staying on the mid ground right now. He doesn't want to fight for height and he doesn't want to struggle down on low, so he's trying to stay in the safest place he can. But speaking of safe and cozy, Clixy's still just having a slumber party right now. Got the PJs, got the pizza, and you know, they're just chilling, Shio.
Yeah, like what, 5-3-4 in mats? Like,
God.
he's looking pretty good. Double pizza
How?
up. I don't even know. 10 gauntlets. He's still scamming these mats. He's not using any, just 1 box to rotate, 1 gauntlet punch as well. And you're gonna need this. I think he's gonna be maybe just fighting for height here in a second. Could have been an easy elimination. He's not going for it. Really locking in, playing for what is the end of this game. A lot of people being very smart with their materials. They understand what type of zone they're in. You're going to need it as we get to zone 10, 11, 12. This is only halfway towards this fight. Batify all the way up top. He's gonna choose to stay up. I'm not sure about this decision here. The more you choose to stay all the way up top, the harder it gets to use your mats to stay active. And yeah, right there too, you make a mistake, it's gonna be tough. He's still staying on top of these layers. Finally touches a little bit of natural ground. You can relax here as he heals up.
Wow, so lucky that just no one was rotating the right side of that zone right there, because he was out in the open using his gauntlets twice. But it looks like moving is actually taking the high ground right now. But as I say that, they take some damage. You have to wonder if someone is stealing height away from them, moving, doing whatever they can to stay alive. But unfortunately, shockwaving themselves too far into storm and does go down. Bat, like a bat in the sky, is going to be up on high ground right now, but no eliminations and just 47 builds. It actually looks like they don't confidently want to have high ground. And as I say that, more players are launching up into the air. Maybe an opportunity for someone new to take high ground, as it looks like Bat is going to be dropping down, and it's Day up in the high ground.
Day has height. Bat could have seen that it's only held up by 1 wall, but nobody does, and as a result, Day stays up top, gets Hyrax down. Day now has no competition. Modify leached off a few shields, but what can he actually find of his own accord? Clixy making sure endgame is available in terms of a heal off or pocket heals if he needs to go in and out of the storm. Free Gauntlet pushes left as well. Vet is getting his own FNG up in the business as well. And Freak still finding more. Clixy finding taking some damage as Day pressures both his boxes and more down below. He's being smart. He's staying down. He's reconnecting and making sure he doesn't let the game get too far away from him. It's new player on height. It's Freak who's gone up top. Day will try to fight for it. Gets uppercutted all the way towards the sky and falls right back down. It's totally fine.
Honestly, Day's doing a great job staying alive right now, able to pop a big pot, and if he can get 2, he's going to be back up to full health. But speaking of full health, Clixy right now does take just a little bit of damage. It's actually Day on the other side of the wall. Clixy does not want to enter this engagement right now. He is aware, even with 2 legendary weapons, that he is going to go for the surviving. He is not here to shoot. Batify in the air, though, is not going to be going down just yet, and in fact, able to steal away, but does eventually go down. Clixy now, though, with just 20 builds left, does still have a little bit of heals and a little bit of mobility, but those builds are dwindling down. He's not going to be able to control high ground for much longer, and you can see he's aware players are trying to steal, players are trying to chop. He's going to be using the last of his gauntlets right now to just rotate away and just give up height to the player.
Had godlike tools, had the best inventory, and now he's been struck all the way down, away from his pantheon in the sky. Gonna be forced to be inside that storm. The pizza he prepped before and the entire surge coming in after the fact too is huge for Clixy to live. That's insane. No builds though. Has to drop down, push back up, head in the chug. Not gonna be too much for him to be able to keep playing inside this game. Freak drop down next to Clixy's box. Stays in the bush for now. Clixy, one edit could be him coming back into the game. Freak jumps up, doesn't want to get his feet caught out. Clixy playing in the storm, but the slide is too good. He's alive. He's got a few mats, and now he's in here for the 1v1 against Nemo. One more shot blocked off by the dome. Nemo takes Clixy down.
Wow, but with those 6 eliminations onto Nemo, you know that he was running the low ground. I'm wondering if we had a different perspective, if that was something that we could have expected. But to watch Clixy all the way from the mid game, to have everything he needed into the final moments of that game, had great heals, great loadout, but of course, as you're running the low ground, eventually you're going to start taking damage. But Clixy went for the high ground and played it so well once players started to try and steal height away from him. But unfortunately, there's only so much you can do when there's just a player on the low ground getting refresh after refresh like Nemo was doing, and eventually you're going to have to 1v1, and that did go to the way of Nemo, our winner for match number 4.
Huge from Nemo as well, for all these players like Clixy and Nemo who had good materials to translate that into like a top 3, top 5 performance in that game with the way that zone went. Absolutely amazing. I mean, that is so hard to do in general. Look at some of these names up here towards the top. FNG was fighting from box to box as well. Freak was up top trying to get for height too. I think everybody wanted control in this one. I think that's what kind of made people fall all the way down and have no mats to be able to play. Nemo though kept control the entire time, was the last person available left on height, blocked off Clixy in the best way possible, and he was the one that lasered him down. We were trying to find him, and he's found a win now in match number 4.
Ah, man, you do have to feel for Clixy right now. I'm wondering if this is more of like a standard Fortnite competition where obviously we take placement points and elimination points, and it's not just a victory royale that gets you anything. How far up the leaderboard would he be? But now taking a look at some highlights, obviously we had to watch Fluid. We had to learn his strategies, and unfortunately for him, his strategies don't seem to be working out too much anymore as more players start to laser focus onto him, not letting him get a heal off after the first 2 games we got to see.
Yeah, it would have been so nice to see some of those other players too, like Fluid in this game, like you're saying, Kelly, and also Alfonso that we just saw. I think would have had a blast in the way this zone was going as well. Jargu, I think, was the one that stopped Fluid and then was in the complete disarray of these builds half the time. This guy needed like a refresh 5 times. He got every single one to the most perfect, and then yeah, he just saw taken out in the worst way. I mean, some tragedies all across the board, but I think this was the scrappiest game we saw so far, Kelly.
Yeah, scrappy is a good way to put it. And we have 2 more games to go, so I have to wonder just how scrappy our players are going to be getting right now. But for me, the narrative, it's the Clix Cup. We have to have Clixy win, right, Shio? He's got to get one victory royale before our 2 more games are done and we wrap up our PlayStation Clix Cup Finals.
I hope. Nemo in that one, kind of stopping him down for the moment. You're looking at him overall he's not getting too many eliminations every single game. This was a bit of a different one, and we saw, I think in game 1 or 2, he went down in like one of these earlier fights with that VR. Again, $750 going into his pocket. The vibes from him so far this entire day though has been absolutely amazing. You've seen some cool stuff earlier on where he's trying to get aggressive, and this one getting the VR. He's playing the game on both ends, and that's what you want to see in the PlayStation Cup. Everybody having a good time no matter what. It's not just about the win, it's about playing here today, using those skins you've got in the top 200, having a good time.
Yeah, I'm wondering the percentage. I don't know if anyone could do some quick maths from production, but how many of our players are actually using the Clix skins? Because I feel like it's got to be maybe like 60%, right? It definitely seems like majority of our players are using those skins. But some shout outs to some players that haven't won yet either. Afonso's been playing really well. We saw Jargu playing really well too. Batify's been doing good on the high ground. So lots of big names right now, not able to clutch out that victory royale. But fortunately for you guys, PlayStation puts on some amazing events. Make sure you're following on your console online as well, because they put on some great Fortnite events. Shai and I have been doing this for a while now, so we can expect more coming up as well. So if you guys see yourself not grabbing the win, or maybe you see potentially in the future you entering these tournaments as well, make sure you're following PlayStation, because we got more events coming your way.
Absolutely. Shout out to Clix co-streaming this, a part of these finals as well. You can follow him if you don't already. If you don't, what are you doing? If you don't follow PlayStation, also, what are you doing? Get locked in. You be like these players in these games who are winning. Focus up. Get these dubs, man. I mean, we only have the best things possible. You have entertainment from the side of Clix. You have dubs and money, skins coming in from the PlayStation side of things as well. Kelly, it's a win-win no matter who you're following nowadays.
Oh, that's right. And because we have a moment right here, another fun fact from Clix, after he played with Misfits, he played with NRG. That's right, before he went on to go with X Set. That's right, he was a part of NRG. And man, remember NRG? Remember their presence in Fortnite? I do.
I do too. I mean, I was just what's it called? We were looking at NRG and other esports a little bit here and there, but on the focus for Fortnite, they've actually been very prevalent in my mind, Kelly. It's a blast in the past for you. It's frontal lobe for me. Spectrals as well is also frontal lobe. 15th average placement overall. I think we've seen it in almost every end game, and he's had that win in the past. He's been a force in this last game as well. This guy's got the NRG.
Oh, look at you. What a transition. That's the segue that I'm looking for. Now, match number 5 is coming up real soon, everyone. We have some incredible stuff that our players have won and earned. I was about to say that are going to be winning, but on top of the prizing, the top 200 players from our qualifiers have already walked away with the Clix bundle. That's the cosmetic outfits, the in-game pickaxe. Of course, we got some emoticons, back blings, all the stuff that you would want to play some Fortnite. These players are already walking away. And actually, Shio, outside of the top 200, even if you just got 8 points, they received the Dreaming in-game banner. So all of them can be dreamers as well. Nemo dreaming of another win as he takes a few shots onto Clover. And Clover, wow, almost goes down.
Yeah, you don't have too many builds to be able to defend yourself way earlier on. So I think Nemo understands that. Wanted to get an Elam on the board. Not that it matters for too much earlier on either. So Brother is just being a bully. I mean, you've got all the damage down. Honestly, the best choice is probably to let the guy live, get your mats up, and then go shoot him some more and get your surge all the way up,
Yeah, I mean, might as well have just a few tags so that you don't have to worry about Storm Surge later on. And we know that Nemo definitely going for more later aggression, having this early aggression is going to help him out, making it to the end game right now. But Fluid here over on Latte landing, and it is a blue POI right now, so that does mean that we're going to have some blue chest landing over there, but it looks like he's going for the split rather than the POI. So going forward, just some random chests landing around, already finding mobility, and looking probably for a mending machine or some opportunities to find some med kits as well.
Medkit's the name of his game, but it has to be altered slightly if he wants a third win. I say that too, and I feel like for Fluid, job's already done. 2 games. Not many people can say they've done that. Yeah, I think there's 2 people maybe in existence that have done that in total. If it was a duo, maybe 3, but it's going crazy. Spectral aggression from him is the name of the game towards the end of things right now. I want to ask you, Kelly, if you're in these games, are you playing passive? Are you playing like Spectral? What is Kelly's way to win these games?
Shio, what do you think I'm doing? I'm hiding in a bush. Maybe I'll take a few
Nah.
Actually, no, it's not true. I actually go really aggressive. So anytime I usually just play ranked 0 build, and I actually like to go on the aggressive. I like to get eliminations because I feel like the only way I'm going to get better is if I go on the aggression. I don't really care about winning. I just want to get better at aiming and stuff. And the only way I'm going to do that is getting elims. So if it's for me, but you're not asking how do I normally play Fortnite. You're asking how do I win a game at the PlayStation Clix Cup Finals?
Yes.
I find one of these splits, right, that no one's landing. Although why Latte landing is blue and no one's over here is beyond me. Grab some heals. I honestly, I'm just going to pull the fluid strat. I'm going to try and get some safe tags on when people are rotating. Probably rotate early into zone so that I can do that and still be boxed up. And then wait until end game. I know that we say that the mid ground is the most chaotic because you can have high ground, like, you know, shooting down from above. And then you can have players below you chopping. But if you stay on the edge of mid ground, everyone's just kind of worrying about rotating, and you just have to like toe the line of being on storm that you can kind of just survive as long as you can. That edge side of storm. And I'm not talking the backside, because backside, you'd be surprised how many players like to stay there and wait to launch up into high ground and eliminate you. It has to be this like edge, this side of it as zones pulling forward.
Okay, so you're playing the safe side. You're playing as safe as possible. I like that.
Who do you think I am?
I think you're hiding
gonna
strats.
eliminate players? You think I'm gonna eliminate anyone?
Yeah. I think Kelly's the box fighter. You know, I think we'd all be surprised.
Listen,
you're
with
hiding
old age,
something.
I got arthritis. My reaction time is low. Probably got early onset
Excuses.
Alzheimer's. Who knows? Who knows?
Forgetting stress is one of the keys to getting better box fighting. So, you know, you're rocking it down. It makes sense. Yeah. As for me, I wanted to see more from this guy too. I feel like overall in the past cups, we've seen him be a bit more consistent overall, maybe even pick up a few dubs. This one has been kind of empty. Nemo, following the winner from the last game, is popping off. Afonso W Keys gets Karanis. Now, the last time I saw Afonso, he was pretending to be a cooler. So I'm wondering if his mimic D&D strategy is paying off here. He's tried it in a few of these matches, and I feel like it finally paid off in getting himself an elimination. So that's going to be huge. Nemo's struggling, no shields to be able to get. This medkit takes a long time to pop. He's going to be able to do it as his enemy does get all the way away. But this is looking a little bit tough for Nemo. He's going to have to go back somewhere, get some shields, redo his loop path as well, because he's running out of a lot of bricks so far. He's used a bunch of it just to get out of this fight.
Yeah, there's like barely anything near him. But fortunately for him, there's also not that many players. So if there is an opportunity to kind of try and just refarm, that would be it. Alu right now with a pistol and a green shotgun in his hand right now. Also far away from everyone else. Still an opportunity with that legendary pistol to get a few tags. Definitely has long range capabilities, but doesn't look like he's too concerned right now about Storm Surge. And as 80 players are still alive right now at Zone 2, it does look like we are definitely going to have some Storm Surge issues later on for these players. But what do you think of this? You were talking about how you would pick the suit over the pajama pants.
Yes.
But he had like a scarf, and correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know what it is called. His little suit. Would you like that? Do you like accessories with your suit?
If you're not accessorizing, Kelly, are you really wearing fashion? You know what I'm saying? You need the sunglasses. I think he's got a mink scarf on right there. You know, not sure if it's branded. I'm not gonna get into that really because we're not sure. I'm not trying to take away sponsors from the big guy. You know, he's got options. I don't know what he's cooking. After that, honestly, this is a good vibe though. This is like day to day. Pages are sick in competition. Suit up on the day. LeBron suits up. Clix is kind of like the LeBron of Fortnite, right? So it makes sense. You gotta stay suited.
I was gonna argue, is he the LeBron of Fortnite? But yes, Jargu now looking onto Fluid, one of our players with 2 victory royales, and Jargu, one of our top competitors. And if I'm not mistaken, he is actually at the top of our leaderboard right now. Oh, actually, currently sitting in a 3rd out of our leaderboard, but 12 eliminations right now. Able to make it into 8th place is his best game, but we know for it being Jargu that he could easily come out on top and get the victory royale right now. It just has to have the right setup to make it into the end game. And currently where he's standing with the heals, with the loadout, I think that Jargu's looking pretty good.
All his edits could be looking a little bit better than that one, but I thought he's looking, yeah, really nice in this. Not going to be having to chase the storm either. I think is one of the biggest win cons for Jargu. He needs to be comfortable in some of these fights. We know he's really good at scrapping around, finding refreshes, but doesn't get to play his game, doesn't get to play for the win. Again, that playstyle is really good in the FNCS, in formats where the elims matter a bit, but when it's just about the VR, you want as much control over your game as possible. You don't want to be in these situations where you're getting refresh after refresh, box after box. You kind of just want to be like what Fluid's doing, away from the action, get a few elims if you can, some pot shots, but really just play for the heals, play for the win. Spectral, he is the opposite of that. He always wants to go for that fight and chain those fights into control, use that control to win the game as well. So we'll see if that's a possibility. There's Frigid Fortress again being central is, I think, dangerous for the whole lobby. You saw some craziness in terms of that last zone going over big cliffs, coming back up into them. It gets tough to be able to deal with things when you're up in these snow sides of the game.
Oh, gosh, and I can see that we're already in zone 3, but I don't see any of the zone circle, so we can probably expect another northern polling zone here and some mountainous end games that's going to be happening right now. But there's still opportunities for the zone to rotate away. But Spectral with his nice little tower up above, taking a quick look at the lobby around him, and because he's so high above, well, wouldn't you know it, he's got some great angles, some great opportunities for tags onto the players down below him. But it looks like everyone's playing it smart, playing it passively, and not exposing themselves too much, so that Spectral is going to actually, looks like he's going to abandon his tower right now. But as I say that, potentially looking for a better gun. He currently only has the Chaos Reloader, and if he's going to want some tags, he's definitely going to need something a little bit better than that.
I got 2 questions. Are you ready? Okay.
Oh, sure. Yeah, sorry.
I was
waiting.
wondering. See, if you weren't ready, I wasn't going to ask. Okay. First one. Explain that, because I've been away for a little bit. Explain this Chaos Reloader to me. Is it kind of like a charge shotgun? Like, what's the idea with this gun? What makes it unique?
Oh my gosh. So it takes, this is when I first read it, so maybe it's changed, I don't know. But it takes 2 seconds to reload after you fire it. You can't change that at all. So you have to pray that like you get a good shot onto it. But what's amazing about it is that it does insane body damage. Something like, and again, I think they've nerfed it recently, but it was like 180 for their purple shotgun for just like body damage. It was
that's insane.
That's why I said that's why I like that gun, because you know it's idiot proof and I'm an idiot. So they did make some changes to it. It's a little less strong, but that's definitely the Chaos Reloader has. I liked it. I like the changes that it added to the game. Obviously, if you're a top player, you're probably going to be using the Iron Pump or something like that. But the Chaos Reloader was great.
Now, it's actually 3 questions total. Second one is we watched Alfonso in this fight. He's gonna win it. It's gonna be totally fine. What is your favorite shotgun all eras? And that's a question to every chat that's watching. A favorite shotgun all eras. My pred for Clix, if I'm thinking, and I've missed a little bit, I'm thinking Season X was like a peak for him. One of the peaks. I want to say for Clix, it's purple, like purple old spaz, like, regular Fortnite shotgun.
I'm looking at them right now. Okay, so again, I'm an idiot. So the drum shotgun that gives me, a bunch of ammo and allows me to shoot over and over again, love it. However, I thought that the tactical shotgun was kind of nice. I remember enjoying that. I don't remember what season or chapter that is, but I remember liking the tac shotgun.
Okay, I respect it. Tac shotgun, I feel like was there since the beginning, right? One of the OGs.
I think so.
Like you just spam it out a little bit, blue tac.
I'm not an OG. You have to answer that.
You played in season pre-10, right? Like that. I'm pretty sure that's
chapter 2, season 4.
Okay. Yeah, TAC was there. I feel like the TAC's been there for a while.
It has.
Yeah. Charge shotgun was cool too. You in the middle and the after the fact, but for me, I think classic blue pump was nice. I'll always be happy seeing a blue pump. You can't get mad at the start of the game. You can make it work towards the end of the game. I'm also a fan of the purple, old classic pump. I'm just old, I guess.
You are.
I'm pretty old now. It's getting crazy.
Okay, so that was 2 questions. I feel like there's a third one.
Question, yeah.
Okay.
In this POI, do you think real estate would be expensive? Or this circle? Like where the circle is? So North Side Fortress. Would the fortress make homes more expensive? Or the fact that it's in the snow, the ground isn't good for foundations, you don't really have a basement,
look
would that
where we
make
are
real
right
estate
now.
less expensive?
Latte Landing? Are you kidding me? That's called Latte Landing. So that's going to be a yuppie part of town. so it's going to be expensive.
But it's so cold. Like, who lives in
It
cold
is.
places and buys coffee?
Everyone? Wait, what? Do you not buy? You
I'm
are
in Canada. That's
Do you
literally
not
what
buy
we're known for. It's literally what we're known for. I'm just saying, like, you know, if I'm thinking about buying a home on this Fortnite map, I'm probably picking like the particle accelerator. Maybe, I don't know why I would.
No, I like that. I like that. You know, I've been really into matcha recently, so I feel like I'm going to be sticking into Latte Landing. But unfortunately for
Respects.
Fluid, who looks like he's been buying up some real estate over here in Latte Landing, it does look like Zone is going to be pulling away from him. So he is going to have to make a move. But as I was taking a quick peek at his loadout, it looks again that he's going to be foregoing 2 weapons and just taking 1 and instead going for more mobility and heals. And Spectral right now also getting a little low on ammo. Having this Fortress up on a Frigid Fortress actually seems to be a bit of a double-edged sword. As he stays here, he's not really able to get any refreshes or any kind of opportunities to loot up once again. But now that we're in Zone 5, it's a little too late. But as I say that, there's some weapons down below for Spectral. Is he going to be able to actually get anything? And the gold iron pump now in his
Why?
hand, but drops it down.
I don't believe it. 300 above. You have the world under your fingertips. Everything's going fine. Yeah, I guess ammo's the thing, but you might be able to find it. I mean, that is tough to go for a fight. You know, I'll agree with the fight because I think you were rocking for it as well. But to do it that haphazardly to where you're open to third parties, you're really opening up a lot of boxes. You could have really stretched that one out there, Spectral. It's unfortunate. Talking about just running away a little bit though, stretching out your gameplay. Fluid is up in tow. Scary person to deal with. Has that pizza box as well to be able to get some heals towards the end of this game. I see 3 medkits. I also see no weapons, 12 below. How will he deal with this?
That is a good question. I'm wondering if it's one that he didn't think about before he dropped all of his weapons going into the end game here. It's not even the end game. And he's already taking some damage. Fluid, this is where I would love to see the strats coming out from you.
I understand it. I understand it now. The last time we tuned in with him, all he had left were gauntlets and medkits. He just picks up these shield-based items. So we'll start off with the nade, then he'll activate the pizza after this rotation. He'll always rotate early. That is sick. With the B-hop. Oh, please live. Wow. That is nuts.
But he's still taking damage, and he needs just a few more players to go down before he stops taking damage. But he does have the pizza, and he's got 2 medkits, so he can definitely outlast it. And he's now 16 above, but as I say that, he's now 120 below. Unfortunately for him, it seems like one of the players that did not do too well with storm damage was taken out. So once one of those players are down, that means that you are in a worse position for Fluid.
It's fine. All he needs, every one of those slices is 1 tick of surge, I feel like. So he's got lots to work with. Tree breaker up in the business as well, moving. 119 below, needs to find some damage. Not going to see it for now. The entire server getting active. You can move further back. There's an airdrop behind him. Somebody's already claiming that one. He's got some space to work with. Meanwhile, yeah, server not moving. He's still 76 below. Surge is paused for now. Bob Jr. picks up Sammy. I think Fluid's still alive, but yeah, one mistake here. Anybody above or below Surge could easily fall.
Gosh, and as this zone just needs a few more seconds before it closes, a lot of players are going to have to go down for this storm damage. Tree breaker potentially being one of them, but as he knows that zone closes, he is now going on the aggressive. He's going to have to make a play or just play the waiting game and hope that enough players that were below him in the damage threshold go down. And as I say that, it's now just down to 16. He does have a legendary AR. He can take a few tags if he just gets the right angle. And fortunately for him, we are now down to 50 players. He's going to be able to forego taking any more storm damage until that next zone does pull.
Got some time, got some space to work with. Cade also moving. Ooh, some nice beams from Tree Breaker. We've seen this guy punish people all around him a lot. Not missing too much. He's in the business as well. Fluid has now had a complete HP refreshal. Has a lot of mats to be able to work with as well. But again, he's gonna have to burn through all this pizza. Stream alive. Can't take too much damage from rifles though. 177 below. He'll be skipping this next stage of Surge. Will the pizza be enough? This is a crazy strat from Fluid. He can maybe latch onto other people's boxes to maybe take some shield nades from them to the mist. But right now, he's looking fine. His game plan's working. Not as many medkits as before to play the heal game.
But there's too many big names around him that I'm seeing, and all they need is just a good angle. Josh right beside him. We already saw him grab great eliminations. TikTok Croc, though, with just one elimination, no heals in his pocket, is going to be sticking to the mid ground right now, trying to play the passive game. Clover right behind him, and it looked like he was going to try and take a shot onto him, but unfortunately not able to break the builds right there. Speaking of breaking builds, he's going to have to break some right now onto Benzi on the other side of him, but with just 1 HP and 250 below, he is going to be going down. Fluid, though, is just chilling, man. He's got some pizza. He's not trying to make any moves because he knows that there's a lot of players around him, and with that lightning, that is just a target on his back. It's going to give opportunities for players to take some shots onto him, but Fluid has no opportunities for shots because he doesn't have a gun in his loadout. Shio?
He's locked into the pizza, and I'm liking the fact that he's not taking two because he doesn't want the shield sound to be made so people know exactly where he is. Trouble from Surge. Silic here. Gonna be a target as well. Fluid. Last shock coming in. Still has 5 slices. No med kit. This is all that remains. His heal game is now gone. He's playing for placement. 41 alive. He has to take a bite now. That's 2 more surge charges he can play through. But this is tough. He's got no win con here. He has to look for some type of utility. I think he might be able to find some.
Oh,
You
no.
pickaxe this
Oh!
guy? You stolen things? He has a gun. This is insane. Full refresh of mats. He finally gets denied. I saw the vision though, Fluid. You were almost there.
That almost worked out perfectly for him. I even saw the med kit on the ground, but unfortunately not able to get the heal off in time. But Clixy, the player that we thought was going to be winning that last game, also in another great position right now. Incredible loadout and a ton of heals. And Elim after Elim is going to give him even more right now. But he did lose all of his shield right there, so he is going to have to pop this chug jug, and that is going to leave him in a worse spot as he is on the mid ground right now. And it looks like another player just to the behind him looked like he was going to go on, but actually Clixy with an opportunity on the edge. Everyone's just flying around, and unfortunately for Clixy, he is going to go down to just a sliver of health, but popping the pizza and going to have an opportunity to heal up right now, but that zone is holding, and he's going to have to make moves real quick if he wants to stay alive.
He's going to pick up the rest of the slices after he gets just 1.5 in terms of his entire heals locked in. So unfortunate that he kind of just gave props to somebody midair, landed in a box after the fact because of the momentum shift. But his game is back online. 500 materials to be able to work with, or 50 mats in total. Jargu also working around that low ground. Last 2 zones coming in. Double jugs actually being juggled here. Jargu needs to be able to open that box. There's a big win con waiting for him inside there. Ebbington rocking that storm. Clixy getting another refresh, back up to 5 or 50 mats. It's insane. This guy's just getting Elim after Elim.
But there's still so many players around him. Jargu does go down on the low ground, but Clixy is still alive on the mid right now. He's just trying to make sure that no one is trying to jump into his box. There's players above, there's players below, but he's just taking a moment, trying to rotate through that side. He wants to take this a little bit safe. He doesn't want to run into anyone right below him, but he knows that the zone's going to be closing. Fi is right behind him, and can he get the cleanup onto Fi? No, it looks like he's actually not going to be able to chase. Actually, he does get the elimination.
Oh, zone bounces back too, so he's able to get the mats. 60 to play with, up on the ground. He's going to deny these hounds all around him. Finally, he'll be moving up a few layers. Denied the diagonal jump again. He's stuck on this one. For now, the drop down with the edit. He did not plan to be here. The timing, insane. The stuff happening with Clixy. He has a zipline back up if he wants it. Miss input, just 1 gauntlet charge left now. Mecca to be able to use. He can go all the way back up. I think the zip will destroy all these builds as well. Uppercuts to that instead, actually. Speed is the name of the game. Inside the box, 140, 33.
No!
It's nice from Clixy, but it's too much to handle. He finally goes down. Josh has been stopped every single time on high ground. There's been a player to stop his reign of terror. This time, everybody gets melted by the ice, frozen solid in trying to stop him. Tree Breaker is completely thawing out low, but Josh is the one under control on high ground right now. Top 7 situation.
But you say on the high ground, he does drop down below, and he's only down to 4 builds right now. He's going to have to lower that high ground if he wants to stay alive. Josh doing a great job, though, paying attention to the low ground, making sure that no one is going to be trying to steal height from him. With just 1 build left, he's not going to be able to defend it. Tree Breaker, though, doing a great job on the low ground as we keep tuning in on him. Still a ton of builds left, but those are dwindling down real quick. He's got the Chaos Reloader out. He's waiting for someone to jump onto his box. But speaking, Josh gets a great elimination, does drop down from high ground, though, and now launching back up up. He does have the mobility from the gauntlets, taking it on to C22, who stole high ground away from him. Josh gets a great shot, but unfortunately does go down. It's Tree Breaker on the low ground and 3 more players alive. Tree actually sticking to the mid ground right now as someone is down below and someone right above him, but it looks like Tree Breaker's doing what he can to stay alive. C22 still on high ground, no heals, and with just 14 builds left, he's gonna have to make a move right now as Rush is down below with full HP.
Three-way fight. C22 forcing these guys into each other. Rush finally drops down. Big shot taken. Tree is drowning. But you gave a planned water. It might just rise to the skies. A few more shots for C22.
Oh.
He finally just takes him through. It's tough. And he can't find the last player. He went all the way up the mountain. C22 confused. Rush popping the med kit all the way in the distance. He finally sees him. The beam gonna miss for now. C22's got nothing left in the tank. Utility beside him. Second med kit found. It's a heal game for Rush. And he just looks too good at it. It's enough for him to win. What a way to end that game. C22 in control, but it's PlayStation, it's Fortnite. That win always goes to the heels.
Whew! Game number 5 is wrapped and done, and we had some big names make it all the way into the end game right there, but it was Rush who was able to get the heal off in time. Congratulations to our 5th winner in the penultimate game for our PlayStation Clix Cup Finals here. But Shayo, I probably shouldn't bang on the desk. I have a mic on it. We have just one more game to go, and I'm continuing to bang on my desk. I'm sorry. I'm just excited.
No, I mean, listen, I'll try to bang on mine too. The last time I touched it, it went through a hurricane, so I'm gonna probably big chill. That's really cool from Russia. I don't know what happened towards the very end that got these guys in like this 0G situation. I'm not sure if that was like a shockwave or a combination of things happening at the same time. Regardless, stretched out C22. He took so much damage straight to the face. I got him another elim, but again, elims don't matter. $750 again to Rush, and all these players will won today. Fluid taking home a large portion of that reward, but it's rewarding to just play in these tournaments. If you want to be any of these 20 players or the 100 that we're playing today in total, you can sign up for PlayStation tournaments as well. You could be like C22, up on height in the next Fortnite, tournament that pops up. You could be like Rush, winning games, getting a little bit of money, and at the same time getting that clout, having a fun time playing in a tournament. This time it's Clix, next time it could be somebody else, but it's amazing the fact that these tournaments are running. It's really cool that these guys are getting some wins, getting this experience outside the FNCS and stuff. It's so much fun to watch, Kelly.
It has been really fun to watch. And, big shout outs to Clixy right there. Once again, played it really well. We've already seen him get a 5th and a 2nd place. Did go down just a little bit later in that game, but he's playing it real well. If this is probably a standard Fortnite tournament, that he would be up the leaderboard right now. Batify also doing a great job making it to the end game time and time again. I think his worst placement so far has been around 13th place, so doing a great job with that as well. But as I say, a great job, we do have to take a look at some of the highlights that we had in that game.
I think pistol beaming is the name of the game in this one. Spectral started it off. You had people being blocked off by the storm. I think desperation was also the name of the game inside this one. Every single person was so just completely spent on materials. They were really trying to get into each other's boxes towards the end. Fluid, we saw the perspective here too, so close. Again, when you're watching like utility be used in that split second somebody gets eliminated, it's heartbreaking. For Clixy too, so close towards the end to be able to win this one. I keep saying close. I think that was the name of the game for this game, Kelly. It was just nail biting all the way towards the very end.
Well, you see his loadout, you see what he has, and then you can, you compare it to our player, our heal off player, a Fluid, who like has nothing in their loadout, and you're like, oh well, if they can win with just 2 med kits in their pocket. I say just 2. I think they have like 5 or 6 med kits. But Clixy, you see this, and you're like, oh, this is it. They play the mid ground so well. They're really smart. They're really patient. But just with it being solos competition, the low and mid ground is just so chaotic that it doesn't even matter if you're doing everything right. It just takes one angle from a player behind you to get a good shot, and then you're down. But a lot of our top players here showing off, and some great plays. Clixy, unfortunately, this is when he went down. I think it was actually one player got the elim, but then another player was in his box. And I could, 1v2s are amazing, but that was asking for a lot.
Honestly, especially in that type of situation to where the 1v2s like in such a stretched out type of format, it's very tough. Yeah, you also have heals like active on the very last guy. We might have found them as well. Like that's the thing. Tree Breaker, man, Siphon comes in too. I feel like if we just had one more heal, it'd be cool. Rush though, playing with insurance, playing for every possibility that's available inside the game. You look at his stats a little bit. 42 average placement, so he's been having a few rough games. But that goes to show in this format, when it's all just about that win towards the end, what you want to do if you're having bad games, you have a completely okay time resetting, getting to the next one. You could be averaging 99th placement in these games and still have an okay time in that game 6 to, you know, win some money, be in first place, have a better time, be actually competitive inside the lobby. It's really cool, this format. You don't really see it anywhere else.
I mean, looking to Nemo, he's gone 77th and 71st place and 82nd, so able to walk away even with a win right there. And I mean, we got to talk about Fluid, who currently with 2 wins out of all 5 games has 1 elimination. So, I mean, you know, I love a shift in the meta, and I feel like Fluid is going to be just influencing everyone in the FNCS from now on. It's going to be just a heal-off meta.
Yeah, no, but again, you know, in different formats, consistencies here and there. I've watched a bit of the FNCS sometimes. I've seen some of those, you know, med kits pop up. So maybe it's Fluid being, enhanced and inspired by the FNCS. It's been there. It's been there in every format. But in game 6, I want to see where these guys are taking inspiration. Maybe it is from Fluid. And you can see because of those wins, average placement, 36th place overall. You know, it really pushes you all the way up, Kelly.
It definitely does. I love that the average elims is 0. Well, yeah, when you get 0 eliminations in 4 of your games, that would be the average, isn't it? But again, that's the win condition for this tournament of the PlayStation Clix Cup right now. Big shout outs to Fluid understanding what the win condition needed to be. But for me, we got match number 6. That's what I'm looking forward to. The final game. This is really where everyone can cement their bragging rights, their opportunity to say that I am the PlayStation Clix Cup champion. And it looks like we do not have to wait any longer, Shio, as we are hopping in to the final game of the PlayStation Cup.
We'll see exactly who ends up with that final win. We guarantee that everybody here is going to be having some fun. And again, if you want to as well, hit up PlayStation tournaments literally on PlayStation. If you like Fortnite, you can find some there. If you like other games, they are running tournaments all across the board. Just check it out. Turn the console on. And if you don't have one, buy one. What's the problem? Hurry up. Get involved. That's what I'm talking about. Rush FNZ. Look at him, man. He's already got 3 items and you still don't have a PS5. What are you doing? There's some problems you got to fix here in your life.
And you know, man, if you enter one of these PlayStation... Oh, well, I was going to say, if you enter one of these PlayStation Cups and win, you can get the money and use that to buy PlayStation, but I guess you don't have a PlayStation. So regardless, figure it out, Chad. Make sure you're entering the PlayStation tournaments. And you can be like Fluid, 2 Victory Royales in 1 day. That's what I want to be. That's my dream.
Dream big. Dream big like Fluid. And sometimes you might be able to win 2 games. Dream big like Kelly. You could be the goated analyst, if not the most goated analyst in the Fortnite's history.
Stop.
I'm serious. I'm serious. It goes crazy.
Oh,
You've
man.
watched people eat corn on broadcast to, like, you know, having conspiracy theories to get pulled down. You've been on both ends of the peak analysis bits and the worst ones as well. So
Did you know that Vivid at one point was really good at Fortnite?
True.
I was unaware of this, and so a year and a half ago, I knew that he was like good, but I thought like, you know, so
Oh yeah, because you're chapter 2. You didn't realize that David was the truth.
I didn't know that he, like, the secret skirmish, I didn't realize he won like every final. Someone said that he was like the Peterbot of his time, and I was like, no way. And then I looked at his accolades, and I was like,
Vivid?
oh yeah, apparently. I don't.
I love Vivid. Don't get me wrong. The Peterbot of his time.
This is chat. This is Twitch chat. They're, you know, they're crazy. So maybe they're
You ran
saying
into some
something out of
tier
pocket.
3 Vivid subs, man. You were you were talking to some ultimate glazers. But you know what? Vivid was goated. He was really good back in the day. I think, you know, his solos were better than the rest of the squad as well. Up in the business, this guy was the truth, and his analysis has translated to be really good too. So
that's the thing. You say that I'm the GOAT analysis, but I work with the GOAT analysis. So I feel like I'll take the second GOAT. I know that doesn't make sense, but whatever.
you gotta name an animal. If it's not the goat, you have to name another animal. What animal are you if he's the goat?
Oh no! Immediately, sheep's what popped into my head, and that can't be good.
Sheep analysis.
Oh no! Can I be? I was about to say. I mean, I don't know why cattle is what's popping into my head because of goat.
You're going for the most
I'm going for cow.
controlled animals.
I don't know. Okay, that's fine. Afonso does know. He's got the answers to everything right now. Look at him just looting up. He's got this nice little northern edge of the map, and that's Storm Station right there. But who needs to look at that when we can go look at Jargu over in the northeastern corner of the map?
and watch him play, I think, some of the best Fortnite ever, into making some 50-50 decisions that don't go his way. Jargu, unfortunately, has just been pushed to his limits in some of these games, and I think is one of the players that does deserve a win in these moments as well, especially in this format. I feel like he's worked so hard today. We'll see if we get that. Roma, early game fighter specialist, sometimes wins, sometimes not, and this is that time that he doesn't. At a top.
Yeah. For Jargu, I have to wonder, him coming out of our first seed from the qualifiers, a lot of that came down incredible pop that he had, and with it being a finals, like pop-off games just aren't that much of an opportunity. So I think for Jargu, he just isn't going to have that kind of early aggression that we know him to have, and that's kind of translating a little bit into a rougher mid and late game for him. So unfortunately for Jargu, just not able to kind of like get that crazy pop-off game that we've seen him do in our open qualifiers. But regardless, it looks like he thinks he must see a player off into the distance, although I can see where that arrow is far away, and that does not look like that's going to be in his line of sight. So interested into this southern rotation Jargu's doing. More interested into seeing Fluid, who does have a gun, but only 50 ammo.
Have to make it count. Do we not gonna have any HP?
Now 10 of that ammo's gone.
That's 1/5. I know math. I hope it is, right? Yeah, it is. It is. Nice. Let's
It
go.
is! Oh my gosh!
Gold medal.
Wait, 1/5? Yes, that is. Oh Jesus. Okay, sorry.
You're questioning me? I thought
I
you were celebrating.
was. I said you
That's
were right,
tough.
and then I was questioning. No, I'm sorry. I apologize. But Fluid is not going to have to apologize right now. Back onto the mending machines in this central area right now. This gas station. A great opportunity, actually, to kind of build up and build a little tower, if I'm not mistaken. This is actually where Peterbot and Poyo were building up a lot during the grand final. So maybe taking a page out of their book. Although I will say, as far as eliminations go, probably not taking a page out of Peterbot's book.
Who can take a page out of that book? That is a language not many players can read. I think like there's been a total of a handful, maybe 10 players in the world that can maybe play like him when it comes to fragging.
Yeah.
In this mode though, like I think in this lobby, if you want to have a Peterbot equivalent, might be Clixy. It genuinely might be Clixy. We just need to see the win.
Yeah, Clixy doing a good job right now, just kind of rotating. He doesn't seem too concerned right now of being stuck in Storm. He is down to 40 HP, but he does have that pizza. However, I feel like he's gone into the mid game with more heals, so a little bit of a concern right there. Math, however, not too concerned. Oh, I say that. He actually isn't a fight. He should be concerned. I did not actually see. I did not see another player on his screen that entire time, but it actually looked like it was Jargu, and he gets the elimination. And we were wondering about Jargu making this rotation into zone and gets an elimination on the way there. That is going to definitely push himself up into the safe position for Storm Surge is concerned. So great start for Jargu. We were wondering how he was going to do, and now in a better position to potentially do better in endgame.
You always gotta expect Jargu. I was having a nice dream last night where I was like on a beach just chilling, you know, sipping on some nice still water. I'm a big water aficionado. And then Jargu just full boxed me on the beach and pumped me down. I should have expected it. This guy
That
is
doesn't
just always
sound like
there.
a dream. That sounds like a nightmare.
I thought it was a dream. So did Mathis. I thought he was, he thought he was just fine inside the storm, just farming. But listen, you gotta be on your toes when Jargu exists in the world. You could be anywhere. Tomorrow you're eating breakfast, you better make sure Jargu's not in the house. His stuff, full box.
Rush now on these. I was trying to come up with something funny. I was going to say I can't argue with that, but I was going to say I can't Jargu with that. Anyway, Rush got 8 of the shockwave grenades. I know chat are not called shockwave grenades, but that's what I'm going to call them. And doing a good job making his rotate over. Not too many other players near him, but there is that player just north of him, and he's actually turned onto the other side. He might actually run into Montana right here, but it looks like Montana is not aware of where Rush is. Just a few tags onto him and going to continue his way into zone. Going for more of a dead side rotate as he does start pushing towards south, making his way away from Montana. But as he does that, there is another player just south of him, so might be putting himself into another position to run into them.
Yeah, he's just ping-ponging in between players over and over. Pinballing paddle to paddle as he just gets pushed away to the center of the situation. Actually getting right in the sight lines of the player behind him. Rush taking so much damage. Will move first. shield later, and I think that that's a good idea. He's going through so much of his utility though to get to this spot. Might just base up here to try to fish a little bit. No, has found a few more pieces of utility to keep the job thriving. Jargu, again, we talked about how many situations he's in where he's just fighting. In another format, it would be amazing. In this one, it buys you time with Surge. But man, he is non-stop inside a box next to another guy's box, just brawling.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to start dwindling down his mats, and that's going to be really rough to be in. Does slowly stop in this bush, but just stuck in Storm right now. Now, taking a look onto Rush, who has got a great position in dead side. There are still a few players south making their way in. It looks like he's going to try and take a few tags onto them, but unfortunately, no one in his vicinity just yet. Instead, he's probably going to have to make his way. Oh, I say that. He actually goes back into Storm right now. He feels pretty confident having an opportunity to find some heals before he does go down to Storm. Going into this box right now and does find a shield fish. And
Double
that's
time.
it.
Yeah. He's gonna all in for this one. Can refresh the gauntlets as well, which is nice. Can keep fishing if he wants to too. Jargu, trap set for Kevincito. One moment you're not building properly might be the last time you get to actually push down. I think Kevincito knows exactly what's going on here too, so I say that and he keeps just revealing the feet for free.
Jargu, though, does not get the great angle onto the shot. And instead of going on the aggressive, he does back off. Honestly, I like this play from Jargu and actually goes back up to the bush and gets just a few shots onto Kevincito as far as Storm Surge goes. That's great. But Jargu could have wasted so many materials there and instead backs off. He's already down to 80, so that would have been a rough fight to try and engage in. So as far as disengaging goes, I think that was the perfect play for Jargu there.
See what else he can do in a little second. Gonna have to just find another refresh after the fact. No brick available in a place that has so many cool rocks all around. I've already been farmed by many players. You can't even get out of this box to find anything new. So hard to predict who can win these games as well. You can farm that left bridge to you and get lots of brick back for this one. He is really overbuilding in this metal though. I'm wondering what he's thinking about over here. This spot is barely in the storm, I guess, or in the zone. I guess he gets into zone with this one on this final build. He could have saved a lot of mats getting here. I mean, he's used just a fifth again of his mats to get here.
That was kind of interesting, and he was able to like farm up a little bit of wood with that tree, but tons of material just wasted. He must have thought that people were going to be focusing on him a lot more than they were. Rush, though, who ran back into Storm and is able to pick up all these med kits, is now throwing them into zone, and fortunately for him, there is not a player waiting there. That could have been a free med kit for Dutch if he was just a little bit south, but Rush can now have full heals and still 2 med kits in his pocket, so great play coming from Rush right there. There's still a few other players stuck in Storm, so Rush is going to have an opportunity to take some tags if those southern players do rotate north. And speaking of rotating north, Shio, that zone is pulling far north from Humble Hills.
Yeah, and this is tough for any of the top players right now, like Chunky, Rush, who've been in situations where they've pressured the rest of the lobby. Have some heavy-hitting fighters as well. Zortel there, Cyrox, who's pushed damage before. Fluid always moves early. Fluid also no weapons once again. Double rotation, triple heals, and that pizza pit box, I think, is the #1 solution to his problems. Every single slice, and I think there's what, 6 or 8 in the pie?
6.
I was not going to say it is 6 in total. Okay, every single slice is about 2 ticks of heal gone, so he can survive 12 ticks of surge is what it is. So yeah, 12 ticks of surge survived by that box, but once it runs out, we've seen it, it's going to be tough.
It is 8. I'm sorry.
It's 8. Yeah, I was about to say 6 or 8.
No, you're right. Yeah, no, I mean that's how much it is in a normal pizza, right? Usually 8 slices. Yeah, but you can carry you can carry stacks of 3, so that's what I was
Yeah.
by.
All good, all good. As long as you didn't say 6 or 7, right? We're fine. Even though I just said that.
Oh no.
Afonso's inside zone. Oh wait, look at the amount of people alive. Never mind. 66. That was crazy. I didn't even realize.
Wow, Afonso all the way over into dead side as we're dying over here laughing. He's got so much real estate to his name. Batify, though, on the eastern side right here is below storm damage, so it looks like he's going to be going on the aggressive right now to just get a few more tags going into someone else's box. But unfortunately for him, a player's right behind him. There's actually 2 players in this box, so although he gets an elimination onto Bat, that does give an identification that Vero gets an opportunity to go onto bat right now, but Batify having a chance to kind of heal up, gets the refresh, and of course all of the loadout. But Vero is not giving up just yet.
Vero really wants this fight. Batify, very good defensive player, traps this guy inside the box, going to be able to build up twice, switch to layer angles as well, so now he's in a different world. Vero left on his lonesome. There's no way you can chase this one. I say that, and he's trying his best. That's because he's getting surged. Batify playing with his food here. You can drop down and take him out anytime he wants. Again, diagonal layer switch is another different planet that Vero cannot reach. Doesn't have the fuel to make that trip. That being said, you talk about fuel and trips. Batify's gonna have to get his own rocket here. Last towards the moon in terms of how far the zone is on the other side. He's gonna go right next to another player, block the box, keep rolling forward. 3 hops with the nade. We should do the trick to get you all the way in. Tricky though as you get closer. Pit stop in this one. Use so many mats. Oh my god. And you're not even halfway there.
Tip Top Terrace, now called Tree Chopped Timber Mill. One of the most recently changed POIs in the map right now. It's going to be interesting to see how people handle this. Those giant redwood trees offering opportunity for players to have natural high ground. And as we get to the end game portion of this, you can imagine that a lot of players are going to be using that and giving opportunities to just take these sneaky tags onto players. But 1 HP above is all Batify has right now to stop him from taking storm damage. Seth, however, 660 above and a bunch of pizza in his pocket is going to be making sure that he stays nice and healthy for the end game. Rush, though, one of our winners, is looking a little rough.
Gotta get a refresh at some point. Saw the journey to get here. Took a lot of time. That zone locks in set north. I was trying to pred it. Would have been cool. Northeast, that's just tough. But for a lot of these players coming in, that does mean they get to recycle a few of these builds. For the people like that red arrow on the mini map, might be a tougher rotation, but a lot of people should be roaming a bit earlier. Batify now is playing a bit too passive and defensive. Does not have enough damage, it looks like, and has to out heal that storm. Everybody else around Rush right now doing their best at getting that spread, getting damage, staying active. They do not want to go down.
Rush is taking this opportunity now as everyone's starting to rotate into zone to just get a few shots, but that does mean that he is delaying his own rotation, so that is going to be a little bit rougher as he does make it onto the edge of zone, and everyone's going to have an opportunity to look behind him and take a few shots. But speaking of looking behind him, if he just looked on that player that was down to just a little bit of health, but so many other players are right behind him, did he just get free loot from the player up above? Fluid, however, doing pretty well. 58 HP above Storm with no weapon is so impressive. He's going to have to do some kind of TikTok explanation as to how he is able to do this, because Fluid is just breaking the game and showing how you need to win these tournaments, and that is to just stay alive, stay moving. Rush is going to have to move right now. He's staying to the edge of zone, but no shield. It's going to be a little rough for him. Looks like he's actually going to be making his way back to find a mini on the ground.
That's one in the business zone. If it now stretches over more towards the right side, we'll be in even more trouble. Players coming in. Bottom left, reusing a lot of the mats. We are getting into a very hairy end game. This is where, when you have reused mats, you're able to go for height takes a lot in that 11th, 12th zone. Zone 8-9 will be crazy. Box fights should be a lot easier to defend. Surge might stay active for a longer time as well. Spectral, place the wall, has some mats to get. Jug on the ground, doesn't want to push for it. Batify on the other side of that one could pinch if it's possible. But everybody's got to move back here. Their layers are not. You do not want to be in a situation where you get edited on and you end up going down.
Spectral just waiting, biding his time, as a lot of other players are going to have to rotate a lot farther. So he's just taking a moment with his builds to maybe get a few tags, maybe a player that drops down near him, maybe Rush, in fact, as Rush is sticking to the backside of zone, trying to rotate a little bit later, but is able to find his way. Oh, tries to go into the mid ground right there, but drops just a little bit below. Doesn't want to use any of his materials instead. Boxes up in the mid ground. Spectral going for the low ground instead, but does have some issues with players near him. He's going to have to stay safe and quiet to not take any damage right here as more and more players start to make their way towards him.
Doesn't have to look for a refresh just yet. Batify finally going down. Tree Breaker also chopped. Iraq's putting pressure down on Fluid. He's got so many mats to be able to use. Gauntlet up so risky in front of the entire lobby. He gets punched midair. Starts colliding. He's going to be on a higher mid-ground layer. He has to move from here. Here though, you can't just stay inside this pyramid. He's being so economical with it. His floor being pressured now. Finally switches off, never changing layers. So frugal with mats. Fluid, please. Just live, man. He's again in a cone.
He keeps trying to be frugal, but it looks like everyone is aware of where he is. Everyone keeps taking shots. He finds himself a nice safe cone, but then immediately gets attacked. Fire, though, is the one that's doing the attacking on the high ground right now, trying to pay attention from behind, making sure that no one's going to sneak up and try and steal height away from them. Fluid isn't worried about stealing height. He's just worried about staying alive. No guns, no problem. I have heals and mobility still. Try to make your way towards me, and I will punch you in the face. But that back end of zone, you can see how close that storm is coming, and he's gonna have to start using his heals if he wants to stay alive. Now, no shield left, but he does have a chug jug and a full pizza. It's time to have the pizza party, Fluid. Let's plop it down and get some slices of za, you know, because you want to stay alive, man.
Yeah, he's fully healed up too. Has enough to be able to use. Kid pop one more. Double stacks coming in after eating two. Fluid's win con is now alive. Up around Nick, all the way back up to the sky. He builds to be able to take. Back up inside the cone. He is just getting away with robbery, man. Alfonso, different game to play. 500 mats, going for height. Does connect. Anybody above him? Maybe. He looks up. Yeah, different fight going down. Held up by one wall. Does Alfonso see it is the question. Fluid up on a mid-ground layer as well. Finally investing into that map or the map pool just to make a few more boxes. Last two zones. This is where you lose all these builds in making better boxes. Punch away again. The greed. It's going to cost him a little bit. Has to be careful around him. Really has to lock things down. You cannot just heal in front of people like this. Your wall might get stabbed. It's going to be fine. Fluid gets away with it again. He's not going to add any extra shield on top of this one. He only has health to order. Alfonso, chug of his own. No chance there. Fluid chopped all the way down. 30 mats left to be able to use. Chugging up again. Has the slices. No medkit this time.
How does he still have mats to play? How has he not been eliminated right now? Fluid is showing everyone that you don't need to shoot in a shooting game. Alfonso, though, staying alive with just a hope and a dream. He's sticking to the mid ground right now, but actually now moving up to the high ground. Eventually, though, does have that taken away. Fluid, though, with full HP and still so many heals. I say full HP, but full white heals right now, and he's somehow still staying alive. 20 builds still left, and he even finds more mobility, Shio!
He's a magnet to loot, and he can't be stopped dodging, ducking away from every single point of pressure. Fluid, how are you doing this? More people fighting in front of him. This guy's invisible. Clover up in the air, looking for a shot, looking for damage somewhere. Not gonna find it. Fluid in the middle of everything. KMR in his box takes some damage. Clover still on height, owning the entire server for the moment. Looking down for more. Alexi pushed back. KMR finally down. Fluid is still in the zone and doesn't have a weapon. DEA on his box. Clover's still alive. Does he know his 2 medkits enough to stop the pizza party that Fluid has? He's not even covering his sides.
He doesn't care. Shia, what is happening right now? Fluid is staying alive. There's literally a player a second away from him, and he's gonna live. Oh, but he does get a shot, and Clover does end his run for Fluid. Our surviving player does go down, and now it's down to a 1v1. Clover on height. ILW down below, or ILY, and it looks like it's gonna be a 1v1, Shio.
Look at him, the smarts. He knows he's taking down Fluid. He pushes all the way away. He knows that Fluid has heals. 4 has to go for it. Final shot is not enough. Clover figures it all out, understands the plan, and steals Fluid's hat-trick win. I don't believe it. It came down to 2 bullets. Perfect tracking with that gauntlet push. Clover has just stolen the 6th win in this PlayStation Cup.
He must be a 4-leaf Clover right there, because what a lucky play. What a lucky shot onto Fluid, who looked like he was going to do it again. Go for the heals, find a mending machine, and win with the heal off. But Clover said, no. I'm on high ground. I see exactly where you are, and I have a gun in my loadout, unlike you. So I'm going to get the elimination. Absolutely incredible. This, honestly, Shio, might have been the most fun I have had in a PlayStation Cup. That was so crazy.
I've never seen these many styles just clash, and they're in fun ways too, because like The closest this has ever come to me in terms of how these things have been happening. Slurpy Swamp, where there's like a duo fishing 24/7
Yes.
across the map, but it's intense when Fluid's like not building, doesn't have a gun, there's people around him, he can still solve his problem, right? If you're a different player in the server, and you saw in the end Clover did. I mean, that's an insane game. Every flavor of Fortnite isn't that one. That was for the people that can't shoot. That's for the people that was with brains. And Fluid, honestly, on the day, won the most. 2 wins under his belt, almost a third with that, you know, second place, I would say, honorary wise. I would think top 3 entirely, but insane day for everybody playing this cup.
You know, I question why people like cosmopolitan ice cream, and now I get it. Sometimes you just want a little bit of flavor of everything. We want to see the heel ups, we want to see the high ground wins, we want to see the low ground aggression, and that is what the PlayStation Clix Cup Finals brought today. Absolutely incredible. Just ending things off with some of the highlights that we got to watch. But honestly, every single player that made it into the competition today not only should be proud of themselves, but are also walking away winners. Our top 200 from the open qualifiers got the Clix bundle, which has the Clix in-game cosmetic outfit, the Sparks in-game cosmetic outfit. We got pickaxes, emoticons, back blings, emotes, in-game wraps, and so much more. And also for the top 800 at NAC, they've received the Sparks in-game cosmetic. And on top of that, Shayo, if you just earned 8 points, which is just like a handful of eliminations, you received the Dreaming in-game banner. And I know what you're saying, chat. Kelly, that is so much to give and earn. How can I earn myself? Well, if you want to be like Clover and walk away as a winner for the match 6, make sure that you're following PlayStation on all social media. Make sure that you guys are following Fortnite tournaments on PlayStation, because it is one of the best places to play in Fortnite tournaments. They have so many events going on all the time. Shayo and I are here every few months hosting these events, and it's been so fun and so exciting.
No, absolutely. I think today was the craziest day in terms of what's going down in that final one. Clover and Fluid, I mean, you can see how average eliminations, again, 0 every game for Fluid. I've never seen a guy not have guns in a format even like this one and make it work so consistently. It's crazy. Clover, though, really did solve that one out. And in total, I think, yeah, every single PlayStation tournament, if you're playing this one, like Kelly was saying, there's so many more to be able to play too. Stay tuned in, stay locked down, because there's so much to be able to do. Shout out to Clix as well for co-streaming all this, watching it as well. I think it was coaching Wednesday at one point, and he was doing it all. So it was a really good time getting both the casting and this one going down, the support from the community, and everybody that walked away with the skin, Kelly, as you were saying. I mean, everybody here today is a winner, man.
Absolutely. It has been so fun. This is just a quick recap for the matches. If you guys did miss it, if you're just joining us right now, well, watch the VOD, because this was so exciting to watch. Fluid getting the back-to-back heal-off wins with no guns in his loadout. It definitely set the pace for the rest of the day, Shayo.
No, absolutely. I think everybody was just online looking to stop his reign of terror, looking to get locked in with their own heals too. Spectral's getting that win as well, being, you know, a bit more aggressive, fighting for height, uppercut, like highlight moment, rush, fighting for it too. Nemo being an example of, like, you know, no matter what happens in your earlier games, you can always find a little bit of placement, a little bit of, you know, happiness in the game if you just play the format. And then Clover, you know, the way the game started off, he ends up countering it and ending it in a very different way. Love the way this cup played out today. Honestly, cinema in this one, the best one we've had so far.
Absolutely agree. This has been so incredible. Thank you to everyone watching, everyone participating, and just to revamp the message, everyone, please follow PlayStation everywhere that you can. There's going to be so many more Fortnite tournaments coming up your way. So if you've been looking to enter some tournaments, maybe get, you know, some practice under your belt, well, this is the best way to do it. They do these events all the time, and honestly, if you're a console player right now, there's no better place to play than PlayStation Console Cup. So again, big thanks to Clix. Shayo's already said it, but he did such a good job just doing a watch party and getting really involved. That's what we love to see here for the PlayStation Cups. But for me, that is about it. Shayo, any final thoughts?
Eat your vegetables, follow everything, drink some water, and have a good day, guys. It was so much fun being here, Kelly.
Wow, I'm gonna take that advice and go eat some vegetables and drink some water right now. Hopefully you guys do as well. But until then, we love you guys. Keep yourself safe, and we'll see you on that battle bus.
Beep, beep.
PlayStation.
No two competitors are the same. Some run on routine for the chance to win big. Some make time to rise through the brackets. Some lock in with confidence. However you prepare, there's a place for every kind of competitor. PlayStation Tournaments. Sign up today on PS5.
PlayStation.
so I hope she stay. I'm confident when I'm drinking rain. I hope you get a taste. I'm feeling lonely, so I hope she stay. I'm confident when I'm drinking rain. I hope you get a taste. I'm feeling lonely, so I hope she stay. I'm confident when I'm drinking rain. I hope you get a taste. I'm feeling lonely, so I hope she stay. I'm confident when I'm drinking rain. I hope you get a taste.